Hello! Welcome into the stream. If you're here after it's already up, I will have some timestamps for ya. Sorry I didn't stream yesterday, or Sunday really, because yesterday was supposed to be the day that I streamed because I didn't stream on Sunday. Hold. Actually, I'll talk more about that when people actually get here. There's no one in chat yet. Me telling a story to myself, basically. Yesterday was a day, y'all. My makeup looks so weird in this thumbnail. The coloring on my camera, excuse me, is being very, very weird. So if you think I look a little busted in the thumbnail, it's not a true representation. It's really strange because my webcam is fine. Like, you see, it's good. But then I open up this one specific app that I use to take photos. It's called Photo Booth Pro. And literally, it looks like I have like a Twilight filter on it. Like, it's so like green and weird. But this camera in general, the coloring on it is very strange. Wait, let me set up the stream and I'll show you. It is very weird. And I've checked like my actual camera software, like on the computer. I've checked every single setting. I have no idea where it's coming from. But it's so much worse in some apps than others. Like I said, like I think here it's fine. But okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Hello, Morty. He's feeling a little diva because I've cooked for him the last 2 nights. Whenever I cook his dinner, he's always like, "And what else do you have for me, human?" Did I set up everything correctly? Yes. Okay, wait, look at this. Tell me this doesn't immediately, it might do something weird for a sec. Like that. Not a very nice photo to freeze on. Watch this. Okay, so this is like the white balance that I set it to. And it leans definitely a little pink, but also everything in my room is pink, so I don't think it's that crazy. Because look at the auto white balance. Okay, it did something there for a sec, but why do I look like I'm in Twilight? Why do I look like it's Hoa 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 season? What? Oh, hey, Melody, it's good to see you. Oh my god, I just realized I left my little ponytail bits, the fun parts. Like, why does it look so green? Am I crazy? So I leave it really pink. Cause, yeah. I like that better. We need Mort Snort merch. I'm trying to find a new merch home. Do you guys have any good recs? I really just want to get like a fully size inclusive range, and it feels like that's so hard with a lot of these companies. Like so many of them stop at a 3X, and I'm like, none of that now. She's green! Loey, you're so funny. Please don't go bald. It's too late. I met the witch who makes people go bald. Have you guys seen that TikTok? It cracks me up. Okay, what was I doing? What was I doing? I was showing you guys the Hoa Hoa camera. Let me catch up on super chats real quick. Have we already been live for 4 minutes? Biss, hi! Thanks for 32 months. So good to see you. And thank you. New, I don't even know if you can really tell, but new ponytail. Sorry, it's so tangled. So the last ponytail was the brown one with blonde highlights. And I think that it matches my root pretty well. They are synthetic. And I will be really honest with you, they get real tangled real quick. So already that one is looking a little crazy, and I don't really know how to fix it. Like, I know how to wash a synthetic wig. I'm not so sure with this and the actual like texture of the hair if it will keep it. I'm obviously gonna try, but so I was like, Well, I have to have another one so I can switch in and out. So I got the blonde one, basically. It's like a lighter blonde at the ends. And I said in the video, if you guys watched my Face the Horror video, I basically said, this is like my mom's hair, but my mom is blonde. So now I'm going to take this with me when I go see her next. I'll plop it on her head. Can you guys hear me? Do I need to move this closer? Hello? Hi, Jordan. How are you? It's good to see you. How have you been? I am so out of my wig game right now, Amanda. I feel like, especially during the summer, I kind of tend to take a break. Like when I was in Japan and Korea, I was just like, oh, sorry, breaking my own rules, saying locations. But when I was on vacation recently, it was so hot that I could not imagine putting hair on my head. I could not imagine hair on my head. More than I already have. Synthetic wig spray. I do have some silicone spray that I like. Keeps my hair pieces texture decent. They're never... Here's the thing, is I've never had a synthetic wig bounce back after I wash them. I might just be doing a very bad job washing them. I remember the moment that I realized I wasn't supposed to be rubbing the synthetic wig shampoo into the synthetic wig, and it was like... I looked at the bottle because I was like, this isn't really cleaning. Because normally when I wash my human hair wigs, I just go to town on that, okay? She's at the spa. I'm just getting in there. Sometimes I do it in the shower. I do not care. But yeah, I remember like washing a synthetic wig for the first time, and I was like, this is kind of weird. And then I realized, oh, it's plastic, right? Right, I need to be diluting this in water. Yeah. Let me get back to Super Chat. Sorry, I'm a little behind. But unicorns, pancakes? Unicorns pancakes. Thank you so much for both of your lovely Super Chats. I appreciate you, but I love you as well. I love you, Lily. I love you too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Rigby, I'm so incredibly sorry to hear that. That is a long time, 11.5 years with a person. I cannot like even imagine. It's been so long since I've had to go through a breakup. I've been single for so freaking long that you almost kind of like forget the pain of like going through something like that when like another human being is like a partner. Breakups are the worst. I would say any advice, just give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. Take it day by day. This is like, it's like grief for like a life that you obviously thought you had with another person. That's what I've been told in the past anyway. And it's helped me a lot. So yeah, you wouldn't be hard on yourself with grief otherwise. So. Archer! Oh no! Aww. I'm so sorry you had to get up early. But I'm glad you're here. Also, Rock, thank you so much for that. You caught another live. I'm so glad you made it. If I have any mods, can I get the rules? I'm sorry. Oh, you did, Tofi. I'm sorry. It took me 10 whole minutes to get here. I also will preemptively turn on slow mode just so that when I get into it... What was I just doing? Oh, yes. I was like, wait. I need to pin this comment. I forgot my own train of thought. Okay. Dude, you sound like you're like vomiting when you chew on your toy like that. You're a nut. You're a nut. There's no one in this house that loves getting... Love you, Rigby. There's no one in this house that loves getting cooked for... Wait. Yes. There's no one in this house that loves eating home-cooked food more than Hades. Okay. Don't mind me. This is what happens when I go live too late in the day. Jen also, speaking of undisclosed country, I'm watching you all doing my Korean homework. Thank you about the hair. I love you, Jen. That's so fun. I need to get back onto studying my Japanese. I definitely did not brush up on it the last time I went to undisclosed country, and I could feel it. For sure. Like, I retained all the information, but I was not as quick with, like, when I would hear a sentence that felt a little complex, and you know how, like, when you were a kid, you used to have to, like, count on your fingers? Sometimes I feel like that's me with another language, like I feel like I have to like almost piece back together the sentence and think of it in English when I'm really stuck. And somebody asked the most simple thing of me. I think all she asked was like, hey, do you know how to do this? We were at a restaurant. We were like basically grilling our own tonkatsu at the table. And the girl was just like, hey, do you know how to do this, or do you need me to explain it? And it was really like a very simple statement. I should have known exactly what she said, but my brain just short circuited, and I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta study again." If you're ever wondering, also, because I've had people ask this before, how I've learned another language, I am basically completely self-taught, and I've used Pimsleur, pretty much completely. Pimsleur is fantastic. But I've also learned German on Babbel before, and I really liked it for that. But I've never done. Yeah. I'm going to stop talking about languages, so I hopefully don't bait anyone into breaking rules. But let me go ahead and... Did I not pin that? I did not pin that. I'm bad at my job. No, I did pin it. Why is it not coming up over here? Thank you for that gifted unicorn. Okay, now I need to switch. I feel like it's been so long since I've done this. I guess it has been over a week. So subscribers, and we'll do 20 minutes. Slay. I'll do slow mode too, just to be on the safe side, because I know we got Tofi. I think we have Melody still. Yes, we have Melody. We have Heck! And Ricky! Wow, this is great. Normie! Normie's here. God bless. Yeah, we'll do slow mode. I think in the past I've done what? Like 10 seconds? 5 seconds? 10? 10? Is 10 safe? We'll do 10. Yes. Do you want to say hi? Okay. Morty's gonna say hi, you guys. So be nice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Hello. What? This is crazy. This is crazy. You're a snort. You got snorts in your brains. Snort, 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 snort. You're so tiny. Did you know this? You're like the littlest guy ever. You guys know that TikTok? You look like you're a little stony baloney right now. It's kind of... Oh, I'm making fun of his poor... Sorry. Making fun of his poor eye. I didn't realize it was the one he can't close completely. Yeah, I was saying earlier in the stream, so was gonna stream Sunday, had to push it off because life was just lifing. This weekend wound up being a little bit busier than I thought it would. Or this past weekend. Oh my god, I can't believe it's Tuesday. I can't believe it's like August in a couple of days. The next 2 days are so busy for me. I'm doing a lot of fun things, I'm so busy. So my thought process was, okay, I'm gonna stream Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, yesterday and today. I'm gonna do a lot of work, like get caught up on my YouTube stuff because I'm doing, again, a lot of fun stuff, but very, very, very busy. What breed is Mort? They say he's a Chihuahua. I think he's like a squirrel that like got a little confused on the whole development process. He is like, he's the weirdest looking dog I've ever seen in my life. I love him so much. He's what do they call it? What's your head? You're not the deer. Oh, applehead. An applehead Chihuahua. Say what you gotta say. Speak your truth. I hear you. I hear you. And then basically Sunday just wound up being super busy. And then yesterday was genuinely, and I don't say this for sympathy in any way. It's not like, oh, woe is me, I'm so sorry for myself. Everybody has really bad days. But yesterday was one of those days that was so bad, it got funny. Like, towards the end of the day, I was like, this is just kind of funny at this point. Like, there's so much happening. So much occurred within the space of an hour. And I found out about all of it while I was on a work call. So I was just like, dear sweet mother of God, what's going on? It was just really, really rough. And so it started out bad. And then again, within an hour, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, to the point where I was like, I cannot be a human being any longer today. That's enough today for today. That's enough of all that. And again, not for any sort of sympathy or anything. We all have bad days. It's not like this was the worst day of my whole life. It just literally was so bad it got funny. I was just like, towards the end, I was like, what else? Exactly, Ash. You have to laugh or you're gonna cry. And that's exactly what happened when I stopped laughing. I immediately was like, I have to do things to like calm my nervous symptoms. Exactly, my nervous symptoms. And my nervous system. I had to play Overwatch. I had to watch Scream. I had to like basically just chill out on my couch with a carton of Halo Top and just sort of stare into the void. And then the minute that I stopped, I started crying. It just, yeah. So everything's cool. Hey, everyone is alive and healthy, and it's just life. Stuff just happens. You know, so I'm kind of just rolling with the punches for today, for this week in general, I guess. But yeah, so that was yesterday. I could not stream at all. It was not gonna happen. And then all day today I was planning on this, like making up for it. And then it was just one of those days where everything took so much longer than it was supposed to, if that makes any sense. I feel like I was so emotionally damaged from yesterday, and my brain was so incredibly fried. It was like I kept reaching for the wrong makeup products getting ready, like the wrong shade of things. Like I put on like the wrong face powder and then had to color correct because it's my winter shade and I've gotten so much sun, and I had to redo like so many things, you know. So it definitely took a minute for me to get my stuff together today. That all to say, hold please, actually. We gotta get through the super chats and then we'll segue into topic number 2. Because yesterday also, I don't know if it's because it was a bad day. I don't know if it's because of whatever. I don't know if it was like this new moon that just passed. But so much paranormal activity happened in my home yesterday. It actually was crazy. Like, genuinely, I was thinking about the other day how I feel like I haven't had anything paranormal happen to me in a long time. Like, I've had little things or whatever, but things that I tend to explain off a lot. Like, when I have gotten more skeptical online, I've certainly gotten like that with my own experiences as well. And definitely brushed off a lot. Yesterday was like crazy. I do not know what happened. Do not know what sort of portal opened today. And I don't think it was Paul, is the weird thing. I don't think it was Paul at all. So, because Paul's been pretty chill. And like, I know Paul. Paul is my house ghost, in case you're curious. Hi, Lone. Happy birthday, Tatiana. Thanks for 14 months and happy birthday. Sorry. That was probably very loud. I have more to hear in my mouth. Let me catch up with these and I'll tell you. Lizzie, thank you for 27 months. You do not recommend watching the Poughkeepsie tapes. Okay. Good to know. I don't really know what it's about. I just know that people have asked me about it before, and there's one other TikTok viral video. God, I can't think of the name now. It starts with an A. That I did a video on, so I was kind of thinking about it. But, we're gonna be doing a lot of horror movie related stuff this fall. lot of really fun stuff coming. But Bunny, yay! You're here for the beginning of his stream, for the yapping portion. Aw, thanks, Queen of Hearts. I think this was sent before I was talking about how yesterday was the worst day ever. But wanted to say I hope everything is well for you. You mean a lot to us. You guys mean a lot to me, so thank you. No, Tofi, I think somebody is definitely in my walls. Hey, Jordan, how are you? Stacy found her. We're never escaping the Stacy allegations. But unicorns, thank you again for that. Good night, Tatiana. Have a wonderful rest of your birthday. I hope it was great to you. Or if it's just now your birthday, I hope it's wonderful ahead. But yes, unicorn pancaked. I think I called you packed a second ago, but thank you very much for the gifty. Shadowflower 16, thanks for 25 months. Thank you. I'm also digging the hair. I love that I'm at a place where I can start playing with like ponytails and stuff. I will say, to wear this one out, I definitely have to, you know, braid that or something, but for the purposes of sitting down and filming, it's very easy. It's quiet. Too quiet. Husky noises. No, literally, if you guys ever think it's quiet, then something's wrong in this house. Who's Stacy? So Stacy is a ghost that we met in last stream. Not in my house, but in a video that we watched. Diana also, thank you for 3 months. Love you. And Riley, thank you for 19 months. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Tanya, thank you for 25 months. Here's to hot girl summers. Girl, it has been a hot summer, but I'm getting into my hot girl summer, okay? I'm getting there. I'm glad you're feeling better as well. I am feeling much, much better. But medical insurance is such a scam. That is it's crazy because that's not the bulk of the bad thing, but insurance is just a scam. Why is it a scam? Why is it the way that it is? Anyways, Dustin, hi! How are you? Oh, I'm so ready for fall too. I was saying earlier today, I'm not a hoa hoa girl. I am a hoa hoa hoa. Hoa hoa. But I also am the minute it gets misty. In my dreams. I see that place. I love Silent Hill so much. I'm so ready to make the Silent Hill video as well. I really need like a week where I can buckle down and work on that. Because I think it would be such a fun one. But my God, it has taken so much work and it's like, it's going to be so long. The PT video, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, because I don't think I explained that. Anyway, Marissa, also thank you for four months. So happy you made it for stream, your second one. And unicorns! I love your videos. They help me fall asleep. Well, I hope I'm not too loud for you tonight. Also, Marissa, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I'm so glad you're here for stream. I love when people make their first and second and whatever streams. Like, I think that's so cool. Normie's been having their hot baby summer. And as you should. And that's icon behavior. You really have been having a good summer, Norm. Which I love. Modcord is kind of thriving at the moment, actually. Modcord is doing pretty well. Every time I check in, it's good things. Well, mostly. There's a lot of us, so... we're not doing this today. I have my hard drive plugged in. So you're not jumping up. Hey, Blue. I didn't realize you were here either. No, it's literally, Normie, it is such a scam. It is such a scam. It is crazy that you're not doing this. There's no room. Honey, you're on the tiniest sliver. Hannah's here too. Oh my God, this is my Avengers Endgame. All the people I love are here. Hey, Hannah. How are you? Hannah, we're watching Ethel the Ghost for the first time tonight. I actually was thinking about you earlier. Yeah, for the people who are asking what we're doing, I will explain in a second, actually. Let me get through the super chats because I actually have a fun agenda for you guys today. My sweet baby. Oh, if you saw my stories, I got this Ghost Stories pillow at TJ Maxx. How cute is that? Okay. Wait, no, I have to do this. The ADHD is ADHDing. But yes, Tatiana, hope you have a wonderful birthday if you're watching the VOD later. Shadowflower16, I love you. That's so nice. Thank you. That's so kind. You are a little angel. I love seeing you in here. Hannah, I could picture it. It is my dream, I think. Literally, to go ghost hunting with the two of you, yeah. I think that I could just be happy from that point on. I don't think that therapy would be needed anymore after that. I think it could solve 99% of my problems. I was just saying how yesterday was like such a hilariously bad day. That could fix me. I know, Ricky, the ADHD really does do its thing. Bailey, how are you? Welcome back to the channel memberships. It's good to see you. I hope you've been good. I love seeing your face. Jenny, also, thank you for 23 months. Almost 2 years. Ah, I can't wait. 23 months is a long time, y'all. Okay, so here's the agenda for... oh, wait, no. Okay, I was going to talk about Carson's blankie. So I made two very fun purchases this past week. I actually filmed a haul for TikTok that I didn't post of all of the pink ghost things that I found at TJ Maxx. They have like a whole like spooky pink collection. It's so cute. I got like lesbian ghosts and like I don't even know, like the cutest like blanket, and I got that pillow, and I'm just so excited. Oh my god, Hannah the Horrible being here. It's like a celebrity to me. I'm so thrilled. So here's what's on the agenda though. No, I have to tell you about the blanket. My brain is literally not working any longer. Sorry, I also keep smacking you guys. So I got that, and then this is not a TJ Maxx purchase, but I got this very pretty faux fur rainbow blankie, right? Love it. It's very heavy, so I knew it was gonna be one of those where like it probably won't get used that much during the summer. Hi, what's going on? Hello, there's still no room for you. That didn't change. You know, knew it wasn't gonna be like a summer blankie, as I have my summer blankie in my lap. I put it on the couch, and one night Carson is just being a terror. I do not know what he was doing, but I was like, you have got to chill out. So I pick him up, and I put him on this blanket on the couch. I have sent the mods photos of Carson sleeping on that blanket every single day. I could send them morning, noon, and night, and he would be right there. He loves this blankie. So I guess it's Carson's now. He literally adores it. And so I actually moved the ghost over. It was in a sun chair, but then I was like, he can't lay there comfortably, and he loves it. So when I'm not streaming, I put the pillow up top so that Mumo can sleep with him. Because he loves it, and she loves him. Cadillac Converter is a gay icon? Now, is this like a drag queen? Or are we talking about an actual Cadillac Converter? Or wait, is Carson Cadillac Converter? Is that his name? Because I've called him Carson, carcinogens, car seat. Okay. First stream in a while, kind of nervous. Well, thanks for 12 months, fabulous. Now, I can finally tell you guys what's on the menu for today. Okay, so remember, have to hit record. Haha, have to hit record. Let me pause the music. This is very serious. Hi, wallpaper art. So, if you guys remember, when my Wi-Fi was having trouble, I just needed a new Ethernet cord. I had filmed a video that was like going down 5 or 6 or something TikTok rabbit holes, and it would normally have been a stream, and I filmed it as a video. And the entire time I was like, God, I really wish that this was a stream, because I would love to know what you guys are thinking. I would love to know if there's like additional info that I'm missing out on. So tonight I was like, I know I want to stream, but I don't know what I want to do. And so I thought, why are you doing this? You look so mad. I'm sorry. There's someone else in line for mom's lap right now. Morty worked for this spot, okay? He was waiting. He was waiting like minutes before the stream started. So I thought that today we could do it live. Because I had said, you know, in that video that I wanted to do it live, and then I kept meaning to, but there are actually a couple of kind of like accounts or maybe things I want to check in on, just very recent scary TikTok stuff that I'm not super caught up on that I thought we could enjoy together. Great question, Chris. I would love to do another video with them. I was just thinking about that. we are not good at games together, the four of us. Okay, well, this has been really nice, Haku, but I gotta watch scary TikToks. Who else is gonna buy you your cat food you love so much? Okay. He's such a big pet. Like, not even a big cat. He's just a big animal. When you compare him to Morty, you could fit like 2.5 Mortys in Haku. I know, but you could. Don't talk to me like that. Evil. Okay. What I will tell you is that TikTok on desktop is so buggy. You guys know this. This is going to be a video, by the way. I'm like literally filming a video live. It's very exciting. So that's what's happening today. And a lot of my streams do get I have to pull up the YouTube because I have a delay. I think he just literally farted on me. I think Haku just farted on me. I'm 99% sure that is what just happened. He did. That is absolutely insane. You guys ever not pay attention to your cat for 5 minutes and he literally farts on you? It stinks also. Thanks for that. What are you looking at? Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the paranormal activity, huh? You see the ghost. Okay, wait. Should we talk about that first? Should I talk about the paranormal stuff before we actually watch videos? Liana, thanks for 22 months also. Haku is great. Apparently he has a nasty thing going on, but he was angry about the comments about his size. That is true. I was saying he's a big animal and he farted on me. That is true. That is true. That is, I mean, and you know what? That's within his God-given rights. Thanks, Liana. Also, Faylee, so excited that you're in your apartment. Congratulations. Happy to see you in this new chapter of your life. I hope everything's well, and I hope you're settling in. And I hope it's beautiful, wonderful energy, and I'm sure it is. And then Georgia Heather, 1908. Thanks so much for joining the channel memberships. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so here's what's going down. And I want to preface all of this by saying I brought a bear into my house earlier this month that I bought while I was in Japan. And it was not like purchased as a haunted bear. I walked up to it in a thrift store and I said, this thing has people eyes. I think it's haunted. Half jokingly. And then he started doing some really, really weird stuff. So I'm going to completely just start at the beginning with this bear. So I pick up this bear. He's in like a big, I have like a picture, but he's in like a crate outside with a bunch of other teddy bears. And I immediately gravitate towards him. He's very cute. He's just wearing like a little vest and a tie and stuff. And he came home with me and I didn't think anything of it. Nothing happened while we were still there. I'm saying a lot of locations. Sorry. Do as I say, not as I do. I'll stop talking about my vacation shortly. But it's important to the context of the story. So we take this bear from Japan to Korea. And while we're in Korea, we kept hearing things. And I say we. Sorry, I should preface this. My friend Grace and I, we were staying in Busan, actually. And we kept hearing weird sounds in our Airbnb. And it was really concerning because we weren't in like an apartment or anything. We were in a house, like a standalone house. And she and I just kept hearing things. It would sound like somebody was walking around. It would literally sound like someone else was in the house. And we would always look and sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. And nothing was ever there, obviously. Fast forward to the next, and it was really interesting actually. My friend was like, Grace, sorry, I'm doing a very bad job telling this story. My pets are being crazy. Okay. Whatever. I'm doing a bad job telling this story. So my friend Grace, when this starts happening, we start hearing what sounds like somebody moving around. She was like, maybe he needs to like sit somewhere. Maybe he doesn't like being on the floor, because he was kind of just like flat on the floor, like he had like tumbled over. And so I was like, yeah, you're probably right. So I put him in a chair, and he's in this little chair, and she and I are doing unboxings that I haven't posted yet. I think we were opening up our Lafufus on camera. And as we're doing it, I look over and I swear to you on everything this bear's head had moved. And it doesn't move. It does not move at all. But it's slightly to the side. And so maybe I hadn't noticed it before, but I'm telling you, I had angled the bear in a way so he was facing straight into the room, okay? Okay, whatever. You don't care. You do care, but you know, there's much juicier stuff here. So I set the bear down. Nothing else happens except that it literally seems like he turns to look at us at one point. Great question, Katie. I think it was Haku today, but Haku might be Stacy. That might be the truth. Is that Haku is Stacy. So nothing else really happens with him. There was just some sort of weird like energy. I don't know how to explain it. It was exactly what I felt when I looked at this bear for the first time. He just felt kind of weird. But you know, mostly brushing everything off, not taking anything too seriously. I get him home. I put him on the shelf with all my other haunted dolls. And he topples over one day. And my friend was like, I don't think he likes where he is. He like fell over. And I was like, you're probably right. He probably wants to be on his own. I'll figure out a place for him to go. But I didn't do anything about it. Fast forward again. My dryer door has been flying open before the cycle ends. And I've been so confused because the hinges are fine. I don't understand why it's happening on some loads and not on others. It's not like the dryer is like overfilled or anything like that. Again, the door is latching fine. The hinges are fine. I don't understand why this suddenly started happening. So the dryer has been swinging open on its own. Again, did not think that was paranormal. But now I'm like, were you trying to get my attention? That happens. And then yesterday, in the midst of, I love that I'm telling you guys this story. And I mean this, by the way, I'm not being sarcastic. I love this. I love that I'm telling you guys this story and you're all talking about McDonald's versus Wingstop in the comments. Wingstop, by the way, 100%. It's really funny. My gym membership is angry. I feel that, Dustin. I feel that, you know, but sometimes McDonald's, sometimes you just need to go through a drive-thru, you know? No, this is 100% my story and has been happening over the past couple of days. So dryer door keeps swinging open. No, the bear is not in the background. That is my dog Maka. That's a plushie of her, and then her toy, and then the little ghosty isn't a bear. But no, he's not here. I thought about bringing him in here, but he seems kind of chill finally, so I don't want to mess with him too much. So the dryer door keeps flying open again. I'm not really correlating anything. My friend goes to my bathroom. The light fully shuts off while she's in there. Completely just shuts off and immediately comes back on. The bulb isn't dying, anything like that. It literally was like the switch flipped on and off, and it was very weird. She opened the door and she was like, your light just switched on and off. And I was like, what in the world? Then we're standing there in my house, and suddenly my house alarm starts going off. And it had kind of sounded like earlier that there had been somebody in my house. I was outside my backyard, and it sounded like someone was in my house to the point where I came and looked to like check and like make sure I'm good. Nobody was obviously in my house. The dogs had also been barking at nothing. So we're in my home. My house alarm suddenly goes off, and I'm like, what? It so rarely happens. This house is 1 million years old, so the alarm is 1 million years old. Okay. I go to the alarm to go turn it off, and it tells me the dining room window has opened. And I was like, what are you talking about? The dining room window is open. I go to check. The dining room window is closed. Nothing had happened. Okay? Okay. Really weird. Really, 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 really weird. Okay? It does not stop there. I'm not joking you. Because as I'm like kind of standing there, like today has been such a weird day. Today, like I said, yesterday was a very bad day. So I'm like, yesterday was bad. There's all this paranormal stuff happening to me. Like I feel like a crow was in my yard yelling at me at one point. There's so many other things. Like it would take me so long to explain all of it. So I'm walking from the alarm that I just turned off into the rest of my house. And I hear, and I'm not joking you, and I didn't feel it, but I heard what sounded like somebody breathing in my ear. And I immediately like jumped the fuck back and was like looking around, and obviously nothing was there. I swear to you, it sounded like something just breathed in my ear. And it scared the ever-living crap out of me. So finally, I'm like, screw this. I grab the bear, I get my Clorox wipes, and I go and I clean off a completely separate area of my shelves. I have like a little area where I keep like my crystals and stuff. I was like, you're going to go stay with the crystals, okay? So I pick them up, I Clorox down the spot, I dry it off, whatever. I let it sit, I put them there. Nothing has happened since. Nothing has happened since. It was crazy. Dryer door hasn't swung open on me. And granted, it's only been a day. If it continues to happen, weird. And like, I've had paranormal things happen in this house for sure. Like lights will flicker, doors will open on their own. The house is so old. I think it came with a ghost. He's pretty chill. I don't talk about him that much because I have to really on the stream, but he's pretty chill. It was just like the weirdest, it literally felt like back when I was making paranormal story times back in like, what was that? Like when were the nostalgic ones? Like 2018 when I had like a whole freaking haunting on my hands. It felt like that. I hadn't had anything like that happen to me in so long. But yeah, he's happy since I moved him to a space. Didn't have wacky dreams. Didn't feel terrible when I slept. I was kind of scared about that. Dogs aren't barking at nothing. Doesn't sound like someone's moving around in here. Lights aren't flickering on and off. It's really, really, really weird. But the reason I don't think it's Paul is it isn't stuff that Paul does. Like I've said before, Paul likes it when the house is clean. He really does not care about like anything except that I'm keeping the space tidy. And I don't think he would have like thrown open the dryer as I was doing like laundry, if that makes any sense. But yeah, he seems pretty chill now. I like his energy. Think he's cool. Maybe he wanted the crystals. I think he just didn't want to be around. I think he's like a little old man. His bear's a little old man, so maybe I'm putting that personality onto him. I probably am. But like he just seems like a little like man to me. Like a little old dude. I think he just didn't want to be around a bunch of other haunted dolls. And I didn't even think about it like that because I just have always kept them in the same place. And I have varying degrees of belief on if some of them are actually haunted or not. I need to just give you guys a proper tour. Because I've always like bought them hoping I would have like a crazy experience. And I've never had a super crazy one, I feel like. I've definitely had some. Like I had this one clown doll for a few years that was weird. I ended up rehoming her. But yeah, now I'm like, did I, not even accidentally, but I bought this bear and it definitely is haunted. It's absolutely haunted. Frederick Fazbear is an introvert. Now, see, here's the thing. Is really and truly, I was just ahead of the trends because Five Nights at Freddy is having a great year. I literally made a TikTok about that earlier today. Five Nights at Freddy's is having like one of the best years ever. Holy cow. I haven't named him yet. Someone said actually, it was Rock, said I should name the Bearchester. I don't know. I haven't named him yet. I think he'll tell me. I've been singing K-pop Demon Hunters all freaking day. I love singing it to the dogs. Morty has to have a medication song. Whenever you guys like give your pets medications, do they have to have like a little jam, like a little song? Because he needs a little song, like a little hype up song. Earlier I was just singing it to him. You okay? Bear is Frederick Fazbear vibes. I can't do that to him. I think he'll tell me. So yeah, crazy. Oh yeah, I was talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh my god. Okay, well, I was watching Scream last night because I'm so excited that we're getting a Billy and Stu reunion in 2025. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Wait, what are you doing, Hades? Buddy. He's like working himself up so much. Like a Billy and Stu reunion. And then I was looking it up because I was like, well, what does he play? Like, what does Skeet play in Five Nights at Freddy's? And he's literally Henry Emily. I need my fellow Five Nights at Freddy's 8-hour lore video watchers to join me in freaking out about this. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Wait, can I do this? My little Morty Pop. You are my little Morty Pop. I don't know if you knew. Why will it not? All right, whatever. So yeah, huge year for Five Nights at Freddy's because also today, the Horror Nights house. Yo, Horror Nights is going to be stacked. Five Nights at Freddy's, Horror Nights house, Terrifier. What am I? Yes. Yeah, right? Wait. Hold on a minute. No. Why am I mixing this up right now? My brain is like sludge today. Yes, Terrifier. I was literally just gaslighting myself. I was like, Art the Clown is in Terrifier. Yes. Yes. Terrifier. It looks stacked this year. I'm very excited. I've heard that there's going to be a dry and a wet walkthrough for the Terrifier house because it's going to be so disgusting. And I was in the Exorcist house last year. And when I tell you, that was the nastiest haunted house I'd ever been in. It smelled terrible. I don't know if I like or not that they're starting to incorporate like smells. Like in the Exorcist house, it was vom. And I have that phobia of like vomiting. Like I will like burn my throat before I'll do it. It smelled awful. So I can't even imagine what a Terrifier place would smell like. I know, dry, wet. What does it mean? Am I gonna get wet? There's gonna be a new. I saw this, Archer, the Wednesday Addams meal. I saw this. I think they have like a cool Frosty or something. I saw like a bunch of it, but that's cool. I haven't had Wendy's in forever. Bailey, also, thank you for 5 gifties. I appreciate ya. You know what? Hell yeah, Curtis. That is your God-given right to spread My Little Pony to the masses. That is what MLP means, right? Wait. Did you mean something completely different here? Am I stupid? Oh my god, K-pop Demon Hunters is so good. You should totally watch it. You will not regret it. Okay, so I have been rambling, but now it's been good rambling though. I had a lot of stories to tell you. I knew I needed to stream tonight and not film because I needed to get a video for this week. But I was like, I have things to tell you that can't go into the final video. You know what I mean? But yeah. So here's the deal, okay? TikTok for desktop. Sorry, I'm starting to pull stuff up. TikTok for desktop is so stupid. I have a collection of videos I have basically pulled for you guys. Can I go ahead and switch this over? I think I can. Yeah. So I have this collection of videos I pulled for you guys. And when I do this, it doesn't give me the option to go full screen, but I found out if I just refresh the page and it takes me out of my collection for some reason, then I can go up and I can go full screen. So it's gonna be a lot of my own TikTok. It's gonna be a lot of refreshing links, so I apologize in advance for that. But yeah, so the plan for tonight is to take a look at these TikTok rabbit holes live, like that video that I had done, like I told you guys. There is a girl going super, super viral on TikTok right now, Golden Rule 5, and she's telling stories about back when she used to make house calls. These videos are like crazy, so I put in 3 I hadn't watched because they're going so viral too, and they're like all like really long stories, which I love listening to with you guys. So okay, settle in. Romy. I knew you were here. I had to look. Hello, Rom. You guys, Germa's here. It's literally Germa in my chat. There are so many celebrities here tonight. Dustin, Hannah, Romy, Germa. Some might say that Romy and Germa are the same person. But yes, okay, I'm very excited for this. But yeah, look, it doesn't come up. I was so confused earlier why I couldn't figure this out. I was like, why can I not make it go full screen? Because normally when we watch TikToks, it's like this, but it's just so small. And if I press refresh, for some reason, I can go full screen. So, whatever. Whatever, TikTok. Let's make sure.
I used to do house calls in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains, primarily for people that live like off the grid. They didn't have telephones. There's no Wi-Fi. There's no GPS. You use a map. You use the compass.
How's that audio-wise? Should it be a little bit louder, you think? Or is that okay? I guess comparatively to me. Maybe I'll turn it up a bit. I also just realized I don't think TikTok has captions on desktop, so I apologize for that. Let me see if it does.
In the company that I work for.
Does it have captions? Oh. Me when I lie. Oh. You okay?
Or doesn't exist anymore.
So it does have captions, but apparently I'm not allowed to use them. Whatever. Okay. I think it should be good there. So yeah, we'll watch the first one of these. I'm very excited! Oh my god!
I used to do house calls in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains, primarily for people that live like off the grid. They didn't have telephones. There's no Wi-Fi. There's no GPS. You use a map. You use the compass. And the company that I worked for doesn't exist anymore. I don't work for that company anymore. But all of the stories I have are very interesting. Based on true stories. Of course, I have to change some things because of anonymity. But when people say that there are strange things in the Appalachian Mountains, I didn't believe it until I actually worked in the Appalachian Mountains. Here's one of those events, for example. I was en route to a patient's home, and as I said, I have a lot of patients that are off the grid, or they live in very rural communities. So I'm driving down a road, and I make a hard turn until I decide.
Morty's already genuinely so engrossed by the story. Sorry if you hear him.
And as I said, I have a lot of patients that are off the grid, or they live in very rural communities. So I'm driving down a road, and I make a hard turn onto like a side street, I suppose you would say. And there's a single car length bridge. This is important. And I go about 5 minutes past that bridge, and it takes me to another small road where there's a house. Okay, so obviously it didn't take me very long off of the main gravel road to get to this person's house. And like I said, I don't have a GPS, so I really have to pay attention to where I'm going, and how long I've been on this road, and like landmarks, so that I can find my way back. It's the middle of the afternoon, and when I arrive on the property, there's a barn straight ahead at the end of like this drive, and then the house is far set to like the left, and there's like a field in front of the house, right? But it looked like I was supposed to park in front of the barn. That's where the gravel thing ended, so I figured I'd park here and I'll walk to the house. I don't see any other houses around or anything, but I hear that there's people around because I hear like kids playing. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of nice. You know, it's a beautiful day outside. I heard someone call out to me. They said hello, and I, you know, am still getting stuff out of my car, and I say, hello, I'll be there, just, you know, give me 1 second, I'm getting my things out of the car. And then I turn, and there's like a car that looks like it's been parked there for a while, and I know this because there's like weeds and brush growing up around it. And there's a gentleman that's walking out from behind the car. Looks like he was tinkering on it or something. He was wearing like denim overalls, no shirt underneath. Nothing particularly interesting about this guy. And so I turned around and started heading to the house, and I don't see anyone, so I'm like, well, they must have said hello and then gone back inside. I don't know, maybe they're getting their medications ready, getting their paperwork ready for us to review it when I get in. And I knocked on the door, and the person comes and collects me, and she said, oh, I didn't see that you had arrived, you're a bit early. And I said, oh, am I? Sorry, thought I heard you call out to me. And she said no, and I was like, okay, fluke, whatever. So we're doing the visit, and
oh my god, no. Hearing someone call out to you in Appalachia as well, in like the Appalachian Mountains. Wow. Wait, this one's already off to such a good start. Now I'm like, was the guy in the overalls real? I don't want to spoil it yet. I don't know either. My current vote is that the guy in the overalls may not be real. Because the way she was saying, like, there was nothing interesting about him. Like, oh my god, he wasn't transparent. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody join the official Loey Lane Discord. Join Loey Cord. Join Loey Cord, or else nothing will really happen to you. But you will be less cool. And I don't think you want that. Iris, also, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for 15 months. I was just talking about earlier how my schedule has been so wonky. I'm so glad you made it for one. Are you hot? Is Banky hot? Do you want to get down? Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god, they're on a date. They're on a spooky date. They're taking a nap together. They're so in love. My other animals are all siblings, but like they're in love. In love. I literally, like, she is his wife. She loves Carson. Carson loves her. They're always snuggling. And she has brothers, okay? She's not sweet to him. She's not sweet to her biological brothers like she is to Carson. You think she's laying with Haku like that? That ain't happening. Sorry, Archer. Yes, get some sleep. Hope you can catch the bod tomorrow. Okay, back to the actual video. What? Do you went down? Is it too hot for you here? There's it's too hot. I'm cold. Oh! Oh no! You got something in your throat? I guess it is about time for your... No, it's still a little early for your meds. Zowie King. Okay. I don't know. Oh, let's go.
fluke, whatever. So we're doing the visit, and we're almost done with the visit. It's still early afternoon. And I get to asking this person, I always ask, who do you live with? And she had said, oh, you know, I live alone, and I own like 100 and some acres. And I was like, oh, so like nobody else lives on the property with you? And she says no. And I said, well, I like thought I heard kids playing outside, and I saw a man like doing something with that car out there. Like, does he work for you? And she looked at me and she said, "It's out there?" And I was like, "The car? Yeah, it's out there." It's at this moment I realized I don't think we're talking about the car. And she goes, "You have to go." I'm like, "I have to go." I'm like, you know, pardon me, but I'm not quite done yet. And she said, "It's going to rain. And if it rains and that pass that you came through, that dirt road gets wet, you won't be able to leave." And I'm like, "It's not going to rain. Like, it's a clear sky outside." She says, "I'll fix you a sandwich." Things are happening quickly. Like, it's kind of bizarre. We go from having a nice visit and talking to, "You need to leave now." And I'm still confused as hell because she's telling me that she lives on a property where no one else is. And I just literally heard people outside and saw a guy on her property. So, like, I'm not understanding what's going on. She's consistently saying, like,
not hearing children. A child. No. Sorry, these are hard to chat between.
I'm not understanding what's going on. She's consistently saying, like, "You have to leave. It's going to rain. You're going to get stuck. You won't be able to leave." Okay. So she hands me a bag. She says there's a sandwich in it. It's like a mesh bag that you keep, like, potatoes or onions in. She just threw, like, a baggie in there. She said it was a sandwich. So I'm talking to her while she's making the sandwich, and she's telling me that I need to go get back on the road. And I turn, and it's dark outside. And I don't mean storm cloud dark outside. I mean it's dark outside. It's the middle of the afternoon. And she hastily, walks me to the door from which I have come, opens the door, says goodbye, practically pushes me out and closes the door. Now I'm standing in the middle of the afternoon. That was a sunny afternoon on this person's porch in the pitch black with a sandwich. I still don't quite understand the sandwich. What do you want me to do? You want me to bargain with Paranormal Patrick out here for my life? Exchange a sandwich for the skin that he wants to take off and wear like a glove?
She's funny. It's just Southern women hospitality, but no, 100%. Yeah, what does she want him to do? Just start whacking the ghosts out there with a Subway footlong? Like, what are we talking about?
Exchange a sandwich for the skin that he wants to take off and wear like a glove? Not gonna lie, I'm tweaking out a little bit. I'm like, what is going on? Everything was fine. So, like I said, I have been in interesting situations before. I have no Wi-Fi. I cannot call anybody. My car is parked, remember, across the field next to the barn, past several cars that are parked on this property that I just saw someone walking by, and I see nobody now. So I do what anybody would do. I pretend that I'm walking on a target. I am unbothered. I keep a steady pace. I do not stop. I keep my head straight ahead to my car. And I can tell you clear as day, there is somebody walking. There's somebody walking parallel to me. And you could, like, I could feel it. Like, I could feel somebody looking at me. It gives me goosebumps. I don't know if you can see the goosebumps. But, like, I can still, oh, yeah, you can. I can still remember, like, somebody's in this field with me. And how the hell is it this dark outside? I'm not gonna lie, I dropped the sandwich. I'm like, I don't care. I'm done. It gets quiet. From the point that I'm walking from the field to my car, it is quiet. No crickets, no frogs, no nothing. But you know what I can hear? The sound of jeans. The sound that denim makes when someone's walking. At this point, I'm like, don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Just keep walking like you're walking out of Target. Get to your car and leave. I get to my car. I get back on the road. I start driving. And I'm waiting to see this bridge that I came in on. Because remember, I told you I make note of landmarks. I know how long I've driven on this road because I need to get back to the main road, which means I need to remember how I've come. I'm driving on this road in the dark for like 20 minutes. And there is no main road in sight. And this is the only road that enters this property. Like, I couldn't have made a wrong turn. I'm driving down the road. Eventually, I get to like this, I wouldn't say brick. It's like this stone underpass bridge thing. I drive under it. It's maybe a little tunnel. I drive under it. It's pitch black on the inside. I get to the other side. It's daytime. And I'm sitting in my car like shaking, trying to make sense of this. Like, how is this possible? Like, weather does not explain it. She's like, it's going to rain. There was no rain, okay? That wasn't clouds. That was night, okay? That was night. That was pitch black, middle of the day. I've encountered some strange things on this job, but I can tell you that really felt like being hunted. That was an interesting feeling. And to this day, I still don't understand the sandwich. I don't understand why she was so insistent on making me leave with this sandwich. But
look, girl, when in doubt, you got to protect yourself with a foot long. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she give you a PB&J. Smack it in the killer's face. No, I think the sandwich was like a consolation prize. Like you came out all this way. Like, I'm sure that this woman still got paid. At least I assume so. But yeah, this is creepy. The whole going dark thing. I mean, it rains in that area like there's no freaking tomorrow. I know, you know. But for it to go like pitch black, and then maybe you could have blamed it on a storm, but then you go through a tunnel and suddenly it's like light on the other side and there's no sound of it. Maybe the real sandwich was made. Sorry. Ash said the sandwich was a red herring. Maybe the real sandwich was the friends we made along the way. I don't know. Crazy.
With me, I dropped it on the way to the car. I was like, absolutely not. This is just too weird. This whole thing is so weird. Now, like I said, I worked this area for quite some time. I kind of knew my way around. I kind of knew what roads were shooting off the main gravel road. I could find my way to different side streets, if you will. And this was the first time I had seen this patient. It was the first time I had been off this road with the bridge. And I actually went back that way to drive past it to see another patient again. And I could not, for the life of me, find this road. Like, it's like it wasn't there. There was like rock formation, like a part of the mountain that you would drive, you would turn around, and then it would give way to this little road that I got on. And I passed over this bridge and made it to this woman's property. And I never saw that road again. I know you probably think I'm absolutely crazy, but I never saw that road again.
Not us, babe.
The Appalachian Mountains are not for the weak, y'all. I mean, I can't explain it. I know it's kind of an odd story. It's kind of anticlimactic. Nothing happened. But, like, I can't explain it. If you live in the Appalachian Mountains, have you ever heard of something like this happening before? Like, I know it sounds silly, but what do you mean the road's not there?
Man. Wow, that was crazy.
Like landmarks.
I feel like I need to speak with her on the screen. A lip combo. I just did it in my recent Face the Horror, but it's Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut, and then it's MAC Honey Love on top. It's like the most expensive part of my makeup routine too. I use mostly drugstore products, but of course my lip products have to be like $20 a piece. Yeah, girl, plenty happened there. That is just, do not start with me. We are not barking at nothing tonight. My nervous symptoms can't help it, or can't have it. See? A black hole. Yeah, how do you explain that? Was it like a portal? Is that what this area is? I mean, I've definitely heard people say that before. Did she fall into a black hole? Did she switch timelines? I don't know. That is so creepy. I cannot believe that the guy in the overalls was actually not there. And she's in the middle of nowhere. She's driven out there all by herself. Like this young woman just in the middle of nowhere, like doing this. It's crazy. Wow. The whole just going dark thing does not bode well. But also, what is that thing? Because it wasn't like the woman said, oh, you saw him. She said, oh, it's outside. It. Like, what girl? What was it? What was it? I don't know. I know that I don't like it. So this is the formula, you guys. We have to backspace to the actual collection. Is my camera big? Probably not, actually. Not for this video, at least, because there's so much dead space. Oh, I didn't realize there were super chats. Sorry. Summer, thanks for 23 months. Love you lots. And then Tornado Banshee, I wanted to thank you. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so glad to hear. That makes me very happy that you're still able to enjoy spooky and scary stuff. I have a family member with the same diagnosis, so I completely can understand why spooky and scary stuff would be just maybe a little too spooky and scary. So I'm very proud of you, and that means a lot that this is like a safe place for that. So thank you. Bunny, also, the sandwich could have kept her there in a loop. Oh, like how? The sandwich could have kept her there in a loop. But I think the woman wanted her to leave. You think the woman was trying to capture her? Was the woman evil? Also, Marissa, have a wonderful rest of your night. Oh God, Godspeed, Dustin. Have a good rest of your night, Marissa. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate you. I think the sandwich was for Scooby too. Yeah, the homeowner just got really confused. She thought that it was a Scooby snack. She didn't see the dog. Maybe the homeowner saw Scooby and the woman didn't. The homeowner knew you have to give Scooby a Scooby snack. And you know, that's what's crazy about Matthew Lillard is he can be Shaggy and he can be Stu and he can be Michael Afton. What kind of range is that? What kind of range could that possibly be? Only Matthew Lillard knows. I love that man. I need to watch Scream again. I just watched it last night, but I need to watch it again already. I love it so much. Last night I was just like, wow, Scream is just one of the best freaking horror movies of all time. Also, tell me why I did not know that Scream was a Wes Craven film. What? Anyway. Okay, so we have two other stories from this poster that I had not seen, and both of these have crazy views, so I thought we would watch them.
I used to do house calls for...
Okay, so I have to refresh.
I used to do house calls for...
Full screen. Cool.
I used to do house calls for a company that no longer exists anymore.
Yes.
And I used to do house calls in homes in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains. And I mean, no cell service, no GPS, people living off the grid, sometimes don't have electricity, sometimes don't have running water. Like, I am off the beaten path, dirt road, navigating by map, right? And some of the things that I have seen in these homes can't even be explained. I can't even be explained. For example, there was one time I was driving to this house. I actually had to drive through a graveyard, up the...
Why are they barking at nothing? Why are you guys barking at nothing? What if you stopped barking at nothing? What if instead of barking at nothing, you did literally anything else? I hate when they do this to me. Like I'm home alone. Okay, I'm seeing some people say, hold on, sorry. Bunny, I think, just sent a super chat. Let me see. The woman could have been using her as a sacrifice to it. See, also, Jen, thank you so much for the 10 months. My OCD would have said the sandwich is evil, and honestly valid. See, my take from it, and obviously this is when it's so fun to talk about it with you guys, is I thought that the woman realized it was out there and she knew it was about to get dark. It was about to start storming. Because like when the other woman, like when this poster turns around, it's like pitch black. I don't know. That wasn't what I thought, but maybe. I like you guys' theories. Maybe she was. Maybe that's why she felt like it was hunting her. That's a good thought, actually. Oh yeah, Moo is looking over there. Maybe Moo's just looking because the dogs are being so silly and also goofy. MayKO3, thank you for 20 months. How to deal with a condescending boss. I wish I could say hit him with your car. God, I haven't worked a normal job in so many years. I've been my own boss and I'm pretty condescending to myself, but that's That's a different scenario. I don't even know. Maybe the community has good answers for this. Maybe we can sit on that question while we watch this video. Anyways, sorry for leaving you on pause, Scorch.
Even be explained. I can't even be explained. For example, there was one time I was driving to this house. I actually had to drive through a graveyard, up this dirt road, to make it to this home on the top of a hill. And I knock on the door, and this old lady comes and gets me, and we walk into the house, and immediately, I can tell it's like a hoarding situation, right? Like there is stuff stacked from the floor up to the ceiling. Like you can't even see when you're turning around a corner what's going to be there because the opening is so narrow. And immediately I'm like, okay, fire hazard, this is concerning, we're going to have to consult social work. Like this is a mess. I don't know how she's living here. We finally make our way down the hallway, and at the end of the hallway there's a sitting area, and there's actually no clutter in the sitting area. There's like a table, there's a love seat, there's a recliner, and then there's like 5 dolls, like my size Barbie height-ish, standing in a half circle around a TV, and the TV is on.
Oh,
and then there are 3 small rocking chairs, children's-sized rocking chairs, with 3 figures sitting in them. Appear to be like dolls, right? And she takes a seat in the love seat. She tells me to go ahead and take a seat on the recliner, and I start my assessment. Like, I'm asking her, when was the last time you saw a provider? Like, you go into town to see a doctor? Is this the only time you see anyone during the year? Like, are you on any medications? And she stops me, and she's like, hang on. Can you turn the kids around? And I'm like, turn the kids around? Like, what are you talking about? She's like, can you turn them around? And she points to, like, the dolls. And I was like, no. The vibe was already creepy. I already was, like, very weirded out by it. And I just say, no, I'm not allowed to touch, any personal property in the home while I'm doing the visit. And just continue to proceed asking my questions. Like, to kind of play it off and, like, hope she just forgets. And she stops me and she goes, you need to turn them around because they like to watch. And I'm like, up until this point, I didn't... Like, there was no reason for me to believe this person was not cognitively intact. Like, they didn't seem like, woohoo. So I'm like, again, I play.
Also, I know that she hasn't, like, said this, but it definitely seems like she's, like, in a medical field of some kind. I don't think that she's specified or anything in her other videos. I think she's kept it pretty vague, for obvious reasons. But I think she works in some sort of healthcare field where she's going to, like, check up on, it seems like probably a lot of, like, elderly people out in the middle of nowhere who, of course, need medical care.
She goes, you need to turn...
Not mean to rewind it that
I
time.
didn't, like, there was no reason for me to believe this person was not cognitively intact. Like, they didn't seem like, woohoo. So I'm like, again, I politely decline. I go on to do my job. I'm looking at her. I'm asking questions. I turn my head. Tell me why one of the doll-like things, has now moved. And it's now halfway turned towards me. And I know that it has moved because it was the first thing that I noticed when I walked into the room, how peculiar it was that they were all standing in like a half circle formation looking at the television. They were like dolls. So I know it was out of...
Ew, that's so creepy. Sorry, I literally just realized I forgot to post on Instagram that I was live. I'm so bad about it. I love doing it an hour into stream. But if I don't do it at all, then I don't do it at all. Oh, hey, Amanda. I think I saw you come in earlier, but I haven't said hi to you. I hope you're good. Just seeing Dustin Frazier has said, hi, paint drinker, with no additional context cracked me up. Hello, paint drinker. I hope you're well. You guys have the funniest names. Paint drinker, wallpaper art. We got Jello Man's child in here somewhere. Iris! Oh my god, why did I just start posting a YouTube short? Am I okay? Yes, okay, that's what I was doing. I must have accidentally clicked that. I was trying to get the link for the stream. Hello? My phone's glitching! What's going on? Oh, there we go. Morty, don't start. Who are you talking to? He's just grumbling at nothing. Okay. Finally, it posted. Okay. Creepy, though.
No, it was out of place when I look back at it. And I had asked her, is anybody else home? Who do you live with? She tells me that she lives with her nephew. Nephew is not home. He is at work. And immediately chills. Like, I could feel it at the base of my spine, like moving up. Like, hair on the back of my neck standing up. It did not feel right. And so I pivot, because I'm doing her blood pressure now, and like asking her about some of her medications, so I'm at a different angle, and I see that these things sitting in the rocking chairs are doll-esque, like doll-type-ish, but they look like little old people. They have like old people faces, and they're dressed in baby clothes. And again, she says, turn them around. I said, no, thank you. And she said, they are getting angry. Stop. They are getting angry? What do you mean they are getting angry? By this point, I'm just trying to remain professional. I am trying to remain unshaken. I'm here to do a job. I'm going to provide that job. I'm going to do an excellent job at my job. But on the inside, I'm freaking out.
Uh-huh.
And she says, okay, you know, why don't you have a look around the rest of the house? She's like, I'll show you my other sitting area and whatever. Because I always, you know, if someone has like a hoarding situation or whatever, I want to make sure that, you know, we get social work in. I'm concerned about fire hazard and etc. And so she's leading me around the house, and we get to a staircase, and she goes, you can't go up there. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, no, you can't go up there because that's where my nephew lives, and he keeps his things up there. And I'm like, all right. And I start to notice a very, very distinct odor. I'm assuming from somewhere in that general vicinity of the house, like the upstairs area. And I had asked her about it. I'm like, there's an odor. What is up there? Oh, I don't go up there. That's my nephew's part of the house.
Not an odor.
It was at that point where I was like, no. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's bodies. I don't know what's up with these dolls. So obviously I consulted social work. I completed my job. I completed my visit. I did not take my eye off that doll again. And then I went to leave the house. I opened the screen door. I'm saying my goodbyes. I'm thanking her for having me and telling her what I recommend that she do. And she grabs my wrist as I'm walking out the door. Doesn't say anything, just grabs my wrist. And I said, did you need something else? And she's just standing there, holding onto my wrist. And I said, okay, all right, goodbye. And I like pull myself away from her. And she's just staring at me. I left. Luckily, I was just about done working in that area. Never had to go back to that house again. Don't think I would. Don't think I would. The way the hair on the back of my neck stood up, unreal.
See, and normally I would be like, obviously, it seems like a lot of these people don't get a lot of social interaction. Like she's saying, they live in the middle of nowhere. A lot of them don't have cell service, you know? They're maybe not seeing a doctor very regularly. Like they're experiencing these check-ins with her. And I think like maybe that's what I would normally say. But the fact that the woman just grabbed her wrist and looked at her, I feel like there's two ways it can go. Number one, was it like, oh my God, you saw what I saw? That doll just moved. Or number two, is she grabbing her wrist, like staring at her like you smelled the smell. Like you smelled that there's something up there. That is so weird. Oh, that's so spooky. Yeah, I would be really worried about this lady too. I wish we knew what ended up happening to her. I think there's so many factors that could go into it, but I also understand, you know, she can't pry stuff out of this person. She can't force her way up there, you know, whatever. So hopefully somebody ended up checking it out, because that's true. Mrs. Scarlett Akatsuki. Real people are scarier with the ghosts, or than the ghosts.
I sent social work into the house. They can sort that out. I will never forget that. I will never forget that house. I will never forget that doll. That doll, I still dream about it sometimes. The way the doll had like turned around to like try to look at me. No, man. No. I've seen some shit doing house calls out in the mountains. I've heard some shit. I've heard some whistling. I've not done some whistling, but I've heard some whistling, and I'll tell you what, if you see it, no you didn't. If you heard it, no you didn't.
Yeah.
But that day I saw some shit that I didn't want to see.
Yeah. That, my good God! TikTok autoplay. Jesus. I used to have hoop dreams. That's the doll in the video. The doll is like, I used to have hoop dreams. Yeah, that one was weird. Like, I'm sure. Oh my God, that was funny. Like, I'm sure that social work did their job. I'm sure that it was checked out. Like, this person in the comments said, as a social worker girl, the M in my license doesn't stand for miracle. Don't call me. That is just so eerie. Sorry, I can't stop laughing about it. I used to have hoop dreams at full volume. Oh my God. Oh my God. My volume is up so loud. It was so loud. Oh my God. Okay, wait, let me finish my thoughts here. With that one in particular, I think it's almost hard to say. Like, I would of course lean towards it being paranormal with the dolls moving. You know what I mean? But then like the smell, like that was probably pretty real. What are we doing, Hades? What's going on? What's going down? Hello. God, I wonder what it was. Some people in chat saying that they think nephew might have been in the dolls. I think... Oh my God, sorry. I'm trying to fix my blankie. Me when my dreams used to be hoops. Me when I used to put my dreams into a hoop. The smelly smell that smells. My initial thought was, is the nephew alive? Is the nephew up there? And is he actually up there? But again, that's something that she couldn't have known. Social worker had social work. My God, I can't talk in a straight line today. My brain is fried. Hopefully social work did their jobs. I'm sure if there was a body, they would have found it, but something was going on in that house for sure. Creepy. And it was a hoarding house. She did say that at the beginning. Okay, we have one more from Golden Rule 5.
I used to do house calls in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains.
This is the most recent one she's posted, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my God, she looks gorgeous in this video. Diva, your makeup looks so good here.
I used to do house calls in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains.
Really quickly, sorry. Makay, I don't know if we ever got to the bottom of the condescending boss. Maybe you hit them with your car. I really don't know. But I'm so sorry, and I hope by 21 months it's better. Mrs. Scarlett, also, thanks for 47 months. Ghost Sandwich would have been a funny twist. Sorry, I'm reading that kind of late. But yeah, Ghost Sandwich. The sandwich and the dolls so far. Who's going to be the main character of this story? And Ariel, thank you for 2 months. Happy to have you always. Happy you're here. Happy you feel good here. I already fed the puppies, Rigby. Thank you. I know I didn't want to have to take a break during tonight, but I think it's going to be a long stream. Also, Iris, thank you for the 20 gifties. I know I said that, but yeah, the face card is paying.
I used to do house calls in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains. Many of my patients did not have running water or electricity. Many of them lived off the grid. I did not have cell phone service, and I did not have GPS in a lot of the places where I went. So I would have to navigate with a map and the compass on my car. The company I worked for no longer exists, but how we would get in contact with these people is by sending them a mailer with a time slot, and they would respond by sending the mailer back in the mail. I experienced a lot of interesting things. I did change the details of the stories for confidentiality, but one of the experiences is as follows. The area where I was working did not have a whole lot of apartment complexes, but they did have like clusters of like condos near each other, and there'd be like 4 or 5 people living in a community, and then there'd just be like nothing around. So it was almost like little neighborhoods and little clusters of the Appalachian Mountains. And for this particular visit, I was seeing a patient in this area that I've never been in before, but there were like a whole little community of condos, which was actually very nice. It was a pretty nice area. The mountains were absolutely beautiful. I get to the patient's house, condo, I knock on the door, they come to let me in, and I notice immediately there are like flies flying out of the home. Like, I mean 10, maybe 15 flies. When I open the door, the screen door, there's flies flying out. And of course, like, my job is to remain professional. I want the patient to feel comfortable. I don't want to make them think that I'm judging them, because I'm not. So I make no facial expression. I'm like, thank you so much for having me. I'm so-and-so. Where would you like me to be? They lead me into the main room, and there's no furniture. It's just like comforters kind of thrown on the floor. There's garbage on the floor. There's old newspapers on the floor. The floor is a little bit damp. And the patient motions for me to sit down. And again, I am here to meet them where.
Good night, Hannah. Love you literally so much. I would love to do something spooky with you this season. We always talk about it, but I'd love to do it sometime. I hope you're having a wonderful day and night, and we'll see you soon, I hope. Good night, Hannah.
I am here to meet them wherever they are. If they need me to sit on the floor and do the visit, that's where I'm going to be, and that's fine. So I have a seat on the floor. It is, in fact, damp, and I started asking the patient questions, and seemed like a pretty normal person, except they responded to everything in like what's the word for it? Multiples? Oh. Like, I'd say, what medications are you taking? And they would say, we take. And I'd say, who do you live with? We live alone. Okay, I meet a lot of quirky people. Wasn't particularly strange to me at first. They did get a little bit aggravated when I had said at the beginning, you know, what do you mean we? Like, does someone else live here with you? And they said, we live here. And I was like, okay, thank you for clarifying. I apologize. Now, the fly situation. As I had mentioned, a bunch of flies came out of the home when the screen door was opened, and there were flies flying all around the room. And I don't mean a couple of flies. I mean there were flies everywhere. You moved your hand.
Me.
You moved your hand, like you could touch the flies. And they were flying around my face and my head. Now, mind you, I usually have my hair and makeup done. I have some scented things on me. It's not like I'm surprised that these flies are flying around my head, but I am surprised about the fact that the flies are flying towards my eyes. Like, I mean, the flies are trying to get into my eyeballs.
Oh.
And that was a little alarming to me, because I have a laptop in one hand, right? And then I'm trying to keep the flies off of my face with another. I'm trying to remain professional. I'm trying to not be bothered. And then a fly nails me in the eye, okay?
Oh my God.
Of course, instinct, I close my eye on it. So the fly is stuck up in my eye, under my eyelid. And
Good.
It hurts. So I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe it.
That's like a horror movie thing. A fly stuck in your eye. Ew. Oh my God. I was going to say it sounds like Saw. It sounds awful. That's my personal nightmare.
Oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. I hear the buzzing. I've got a tissue in my pocket. I take it out. I'm like trying to pull my eye open. Had to go pick up my mini-me. So I've got a fly in my eye. I'm trying to get it out with the tissue. I have no mirror. I'm sitting on the floor, basically on this wet floor, surrounded by garbage. I don't want the patient to feel like I'm judging them or I'm making them uncomfortable. So I remove the fly to the best of my ability. I complete the visit. I go to leave and I cancel my last visit of the day, because I'm like, this is disgusting. I feel like I have flies in my hair.
Yeah.
I've got a fly stuck in my eyeball. It hurts like heck. I go home, right? I make an appointment for the next morning to go see my eye doctor, which is in town. So I wake up the next morning, I'm getting ready to go to the eye doctor, and I'm walking down to my basement door that goes out into our pasture, and there's just flies covering the screen. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So I open the door and let them out, and I'm like, great, like there must be garbage or something. looking around. There's no garbage bag left anywhere. I don't live in a filthy house. My house is pretty clean, right? But like, fluke. I live in the country. I get to the eye doctor.
But she also lives in the country. Like, she's from this area, so you're used to the sheer amount of bugs that there are. Like, sometimes whenever people visit the area that I'm from, which is very close to this, I assume, they will be like, oh my God, why are there so many freaking bugs? And it's like, this is the East Coast, babe. Like, there's gonna be bugs outside. And I'm pretty sure she's got to be used to how many bugs they get every single year, like times of year or whatever. I know during the summer, even where I live, I'm going to have flies in the house no matter what I do. So I think it's interesting. I hate that they're following her, though.
I get to the eye doctor. The eye doctor says, yeah, you definitely scratched up your eye pretty good. You've got a little ulcer in there. Pulls a wing in like one of the fly's legs out from under my eyelid. Oh, it hurt. But like, I've got fly remains stuck in my eyeballs. Like, I am just like, I cannot believe this. My eye hurts so bad. He gives me antibiotic drops, gives me steroid drops. And then I have the day off, right? I took the day off. So I'm like, you know what? You know what sounds good? Let's go to Taco Bell. Get a Baja Blast and some tacos. You know, you can't go wrong with that.
You want to do something fun? You want to go to Taco Bell?
And I'm in the Taco Bell drive-thru. And I order my Baja Blast, and because I'm not driving, I'm just sitting in the drive-thru. You know, my windows are open, it's a warm day, no air circulation, so I'm like, let me just go ahead, turn on my AC, hit the AC, and guess what? Flies.
No.
Flies. 20, 30, maybe 40 flies into my car. It was then I realized, no, that's not a coincidence. What the hell is going on? I get home, I open the door, flies. What the hell? You've got to be kidding me. And then I'm sitting there thinking about the visit and how this person specifically said, we live here. We take these medicines. We need this. We have pain. And I'm like, oh, what did I bring home with me? That realization was very uncomfortable. Okay. Now, if you know me before I made this video, before you started watching me, you know that I worked at a convent at one point in my life, and I would periodically work PRN at this convent, and I was very close with several of the priests and the nuns at the time. So I decided to seek advice from one of the priests, because over the last day or so, there were just flies everywhere. My house was overwhelmed with flies. I had flies in my car. I could not explain it, and I even sprayed. And the priest had basically said, you need to tell it to leave. You know, you have power over these things, the word of God. You need to tell it to leave. I'm like, you need to tell it to leave? You come over and tell it to leave. Like, put on your priest outfit, come on over. I don't want to tell it to leave. Like, this is stressful to me, right? I don't want nothing to do with this. When you mess with the paranormal and you talk about the paranormal messes with you. I'm trying to ignore it. You guys have watched my other videos. Ignoring it, that's what I do. It's too late. I think something followed me home. So I'm home, and I'm home alone. And I walked in, and I said, as for me and my home, we serve the Lord, and you need to leave. I think this is effective after I tell it to go away, till I'm laying in bed that night. I'm sitting up there alone, my husband isn't in bed yet, and I see something laying on the ceiling, like a darker area at the corner of my bedroom. And it looks like a man, and it has one leg, and it's dragging itself across my ceiling, dragging its torso, and it turns its head around, and I can see its black hair fall over its face, and I'm sitting there absolutely paralyzed, like, what in God's name is this? It dragged itself across the ceiling, dragged its torso across my ceiling with its 1.5 leg, dragged itself around the corner, looked at me the whole time, dragged itself into a large closet in the room, and I never saw it again. And I woke up the next morning, all the flies were dead. And I swept them up, and I threw them outside, and I blessed my house. And I thought to myself, was it his leg that was stuck in my eyeball? Where is your other leg?
Ew. Ew.
And who is we? Sometimes I think we need to remember that when you acknowledge the paranormal acknowledges us. The best route, in my opinion, is always to ignore it if you can. But then you get to a point where you can't ignore it. And at that point, I guess you pray to whatever God you believe in.
That is, okay, no more. Just my luck, I would click on one of these and it would be like, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday at like full volume. I used to have hoop dreams. But, wow. That is absolutely insane. I was going to say it's so many points. Well, maybe it's this. Well, maybe it's that. But that dream, a man with one leg crawling across her ceiling, and like she said, she had the leg and the wing in her eyeball. That is so freaking eerie, dude. Ew. That is a disgusting story. I hope that this girl is like writing a book of all of this though, because these are some of the craziest paranormal stories I've ever heard. I do quickly want to say though, like, she's right. When you acknowledge the paranormal, it acknowledges you back. Which is why that story I was telling you guys earlier, I think so much happened yesterday. You gotta have big eyes if a human leg is stuck in there. Look, hack. I got these big ol' eyes. Okay. Sleep paralysis. She was already stressed from the events of the day and it manifested to that. That's a good point, Romy. It totally could have been influenced by that experience as well. Like her brain manifesting something with one leg, knowing fully that there had been like a leg and a wing and stuff in her eyes. But the fly stuff is just crazy. And the fact that she woke up the next morning and all of them were just dead. Ew. Ew. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save 50 pounds per person. Okay, we also have some stories from SCARIEST, but I think I want to divide these up because those are going to be really long too. Let's move on to a series. Okay, this is a serious. Sorry, I saw someone say concrete. That made me laugh. Somebody had tagged me in one of these videos. I go and I look and it's like tens of millions of views on the video. I don't want to give anything away yet. However, I have reason to believe that this one is like a series, not a real one, like an ARG. But it's apparently going to get very weird. So I saw the videos and I sort of just started pulling them. I pulled 5 for us to watch, and if we feel like we still need more context after that,
I realized the other day that
we can look. This is going to be so annoying refreshing every single video, but that's fine.
I realized the other day that I can't find this window from the inside of my house. You guys know I found a window on the outside of my house, but I can't find the window from the inside. Here's the window from the outside, but there's nothing on the other side but a wall. Should be on this wall. And here, we got this open, and there was nothing there but concrete. That led us to this junt out. You can see it comes out randomly, like what, 1 or 12 inches or something? So weirdly enough, this bureau was here when we moved in, and no one ever really thought much about it until now. I always wondered why.
I really like the way that this guy says words. I'm really liking his pronunciation of things. Why not? Why not say concrete is concrete? Why not call a bureau a bureau? 1 or 12, it could be 1 inches that the wall is built out. It could be 12. I don't know. He doesn't know. I like it. I feel safe with him.
I always wondered why it was nailed.
I like that I feel like he can take the charge.
And no one ever really thought much about it until now. I always wondered why it was nailed up against the wall and it was here when nothing else was in this basement. If you look from the back, you can kind of see. Look, see how it's just black right there? It's open. It leads into that room. It's nailed up against the wall and none of the drawers.
Sorry. Diva was yelling at us a little bit. He got kind of loud.
Drawers open. It's nailed up against the wall and none of the drawers open. I'm starting to think it might be a doorway into the room. Kind of reminds me of that old book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Bureau.
No, sweetheart. It's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing, and I'm along for the ride. I like this guy. Okay, so this is the part 2.
I realized the other day that I can't find this. Window from the inside of my house. I'm pretty sure I finally found it. Remember, we were looking on the other side of this wall to try to find the way in. The window should be right on the other side of this bureau. I got this oversized wedge and bend that I'm gonna pry it open. I can't figure out why you have a... Got it. It was glued. Pull all these drawers out. This one. What's
ASMR.
back here? Looks like the... Wait. This part looks... Oh my... This is hollow. Oh my God! There's a room back there! I knew it this whole time! There's a room back there! I can't fit back there. What's back there?
Oh, it's so dark.
It's huge in
Don't
there!
put us back there.
Oh my gosh! Find something to cut that wood so I can get in there.
I like this guy so much. I really like his way of storytelling. Actually, Haku, there is open room for once. Do you want to come up? Come on, Tutus. Come on. Come on. Come here, Hatu. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. You can figure it out. You know how to get up here. Don't talk to your brother like that, please. I'm loving his enthusiasm. He's very excited about this whole thing. Honestly, it's a very smart concept as well, because there have been so many people who pretty much since COVID have been doing renovations and stuff like that on their homes, and they found spaces that like they had never had access to before. Oh my God, ow. Haku just sank his claws into my leg. Like people finding hidden rooms or like whole other apartments and stuff like that has been such a trend. And sometimes I think it's just people like accidentally or purposefully cutting through a wall until they reach a neighboring unit. And then sometimes it's crazy stuff like an actual room in a home that's been boarded up. So this is a very interesting concept. I'm trusting him to take us for the journey. You know what I mean? I don't have much to say at this point.
My new house has this window on the outside that I can't find from the inside.
Oh, right.
Found out that I had... My new house has this window...
Hold on, King. I'm catching up with you.
My new house has this window on the outside that I can't find from the inside. Found out that I had a bureau that was a hidden entrance into my secret room. And today we're going to cut into it. I ripped out the drawers and popped out the back. And you can see there's a room back there. As part is this buzzy cutter. Has a light.
See, I like him. He said buzzy cutter. This is a man that can be trusted.
Oh, out of the way.
He cut that bureau into pieces.
Climb. The room's the size of me, like one lay down versus one half of me lay down. Oh,
okay.
Look at it in here. There's like stuff in here.
I can't see.
Table. Like someone's been in here. This is crazy. What's that on the wall? It says SPR. That's the same, but there's still no light from the window. Why would they close this up? That means one of these walls must be Howl.
Oh, for the window, yeah.
Here. This is so cool. Can you guys see back there?
Did you guys hear the whispering? I think it said like go back.
So cool. Can you guys see back there?
Oh, it's getting creepy. Okay. I hope there's a flashlight in the next video. He's buzzy cutting up that bureau, y'all. Oh, man. Okay, so then this is part 4.
I found a window on the outside of my house that I can't find. I found a window on the outside of my house. I found a window on the outside of my house that I can't find from the inside. If you've been along with me, we've been hunting for a secret window that you can only see from the outside. The window should be on the other side of this wall, which led us to this bureau. Sorry, bureau, like it matters. We cut through the back of it and it was a door into the secret room. Learn you can use your flashlight when you record, so we're... Alright, we gotta crawl underneath and through.
This man is definitely playing a character. There's like no way in hell he's not playing a character for this.
See.
Come on, buddy. Come here.
Look at it in here.
Oh, we finally see it.
There's all kinds of stuff written. I mean, it's crazy. At the floor.
Oh, wait. What did that one say? What did that one say?
Crazy.
What did it say? Frick. This is hard.
At the floor.
The key... should I slow it down? 0.75 doesn't... Was it? Yeah. Okay, hold on.
I mean, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Oh my god! I keep missing it. It's so fast. Rewinding on TikTok is so much harder than YouTube.
Crazy.
The key is in plain sight, but plain is spelled incorrectly. It's like an airplane instead of like plane. You know? Is this satire? I'm here. Okay.
There's gotta be a hatch under this junk or something.
Okay. Okay. I'm getting less sure about this one, y'all, by the video. Okay. So I think this is part 5, and this is the last one that I have pulled before I kind of start giving you guys like my thoughts.
I found a window on the outside of my house that I can't find from the inside. 70 days ago, it dawned on me that I never found this window on the inside of the house. Let me show you guys the basement. I had a bureau that all the doors were glued shut so you couldn't get in. When I ripped it open, I was able to go in underneath and there was a room behind them. When I bought the house, I couldn't do an inspection because circumstances got on in with the light. As I explored the room deeper, I realized the room's bigger than I originally thought.
Oh, it's not 1.5 U's, it's bigger, it's 2 U's.
And there's a door.
Not a
and
door.
Look up top.
There's a light.
Bulb. It doesn't work.
Damn it.
Look behind it. This is crazy. Hello?
Oh, he knocked.
I mean, there's just a...
Okay,
it's
I heard
locked.
the whispering.
What the frickin' frack? The window must be behind this door. I gotta get out of here.
This has got to be satire. I'm like in tears. Okay, wait, it's getting really funny. I have to see what's behind the door. I've been clickbaited. I can't. I have to know.
I found a window on the outside
Oh,
of my
do I have to
house
refresh?
that
I
can't
forgot.
find. I found a window on the outside of my house that I can't find from the inside.
Okay. Behind this door. He said, I couldn't do this, you guys, because of circumstances. He's so funny.
There's been a lot of questions and speculation about what's going on, and I wanted to take a little bit of time and answer some of the most common. First, everyone keeps asking me, why don't you just go through the window? I recently found out that the window is made out of glass. Looked through the window and there's a curtain, and you can't see in there or anything, but it's locked, and I have no way to be of the unlocker. Second is just kick through the door. I can't kick through the door because it will break it. Third question is, people ask, when I moved into the house, why didn't I check the bureau to see what it was? And who would even do that? Just sitting there like a dead dill, so I just ignored it. Finally, a lot of people keep saying they're hearing voices. I watched all of the videos back a lot of times, and the voices are definitely in your head. By the way, when I bought this house, it was on a huge discount for undisclosed reasons. Not so disclosed now, is it now yet?
Oh my god, this is so funny. Oh no, I'm seeing so many people too get mad and they don't understand. Oh no, this is so funny.
My new house has a window.
It was on sale for an undisclosed reason. You guys, it was on sale for an undisclosed reason. Oh my god. Oh, I love you, Rigby. I'm glad to make you laugh a little bit. Oh my god, he is so funny. Nobody understands him but me and us. We understand him. The comment section doesn't get it.
You've been following along. Last time in the secret room, we found a door that we couldn't get into. Entrance
a door. Not a door, a door.
Bureau.
From the bureau. A
People
door.
were telling me this looks like a Santa symbol. I guess it looks a little like a Christmas tree.
A Santa! Oh my god. I just choked on my own spit. This guy is so funny. I'm crying. Oh my god, this is so funny.
This bureau. People were telling me this looks like a Santa symbol. I guess it looks a little like a Christmas tree. Alright, we gotta get back. Credit card to open up the door.
Smart man. Genius. This man is so smart.
I got it in.
Yeah, you did. Good job. You didn't at all open the handle.
What the heck? It's a shelf. This is crazy.
A shelf?
The back's all cord barred. It's actually pretty. Oh, I see a curtain.
He found the window made of glass.
The whole back comes off. It's the curtain. It's the window. I got it. Oh my god, it's the... I don't have a little house in my backyard.
Oh my god. Ew. Oh no. Wait, that actually really creeped me out. I know he's just gonna go explore the other little house and it's gonna say funny, but like...
I don't have a little house in my backyard.
That kind of scared me. That sort of caught me off guard. Guys, did you know that windows are made of glass? This is so crazy. Ew, that was kind of creepy. Who put that house there? Someone's going into Polly Pocket jail. That's what that means, sir. It spawns on the property.
My new house has a window I can't find from the inside. My new house has a window I can't find from the inside.
I know captions don't work. They never work.
Those of you following along, I have a secret room that can only be accessed to the bottom of a bureau. Someone mentioned that in an older video, you were able to see some sort of figure through the outside.
Oh.
You first have to crawl to the bottom
I didn't notice
shelf
that.
of this bureau.
This bureau is going to kill him one of these days.
Through but the side. And then through this door. The shelf here. Which we got through.
Is the house going to be there?
Oh, there they are. What Should I touch them?
What?
What are they?
They're like precious moments
It's a
things.
human. I'm so creeped out by these.
You'll die?
They're like those haunted Goo Goo dolls. They have a strange energy.
This is like Life of Luxury levels of peak comedy. I'm losing my mind.
New house.
Can you imagine if suddenly this got genuinely very scary?
New house has a window that I can't find from the inside. It's been the craziest week of my life. A few days ago, we found a fake bureau that had fake drawers that we were able to pull out and crawl through into a secret room. Before that, on my fuse panel, I saw an unused switch marked SPR. And in the secret room on the wall were the same letters, SPR. I'm gonna crawl into the room and show you guys.
Again.
Come down to the bottom shelf.
I love that he struggles every single time because obviously he's crawling through a piece of furniture, but it makes me laugh.
Middle of this symbol, SPR.
Okay.
It says it.
It does say it.
God, it's so creepy in here.
Is there more? The
I'm going to show you guys on my electrical panel where it's going to bleed.
Electrical.
Right.
Okay.
Take a look. All of them are turned on except for the one. And look, SRP. Turn it on and see what happens. Freaked out, but we're going to go back into the room to see if anything's changed.
Through the bureau. Oh no.
New house has a window that I can't find from the... New house has a window that I can't find from the inside. This has been the craziest week of my life. A few days ago, we found a fake bureau that had fake drawers that we were able to pull out and crawl through into a secret room.
Run.
As a quick recap, we found in the secret room there was a sign that said SPR, and there was a corresponding channel on the light switch that we just flipped. So now we're going to go back into the secret room to see what it was. The window's behind this wall where the junt out is, and we're going to head back in underneath. Just remove this.
Oh, I thought I got boarded back up. Oh my god. I hate that. Did it? No way!
What happened? There was a hole here. It's solid. Am I going crazy, or was there a way into the room through here? I'm losing my brain.
This guy is me right now. Wait, that's like wild. Okay, so this says it's weird. I've lived here for over a year, but the second I found this room, it felt like it had been waiting for me, not in a scary way, in a sad way, like someone left a memory behind they couldn't carry anymore.
My new house has a...
Another one? Or, yeah, I thought it was boarded up. Wait, what is this?
My new house has a secret room that I just found. Found out my new house had a secret room that could only be accessed through the drawers of a bureau.
But
there's all kinds of crazy messages written on the wall.
Wait, do the words say I'm alone and I'm here?
Messages.
It's alive and I'm here.
Written on the wall. But the crazy thing about it is, ever since I got into this room, I've been hearing noises late at night when I'm asleep. I don't know how to describe it, whether it's voices or just rustling, or there's just knocking and howling. I put some lights in here to try to calm things down and calm the energy. But someone had the great idea to set up my phone live and see if I capture anything while I'm asleep. I'm going to have my phone recording live all night in the secret room The only thing I ask, if you see anything or hear anything, please comment the exact time you heard something and what you heard. But please be honest. Don't try to be funny and make this a thing. I need to find out what's going on in this room.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how much more I have in me, King, but
My new house.
I'm trying. I want to give it a fair shot. There we go.
New house has a window I can't find from the inside. And I finally found a secret passage through a bureau, through the wall, and then I found the room. But I also found this switch labeled SPR that when I flipped it on, closed some sort of trap door into the secret room.
Oh.
We're gonna shut it back off to see if it changes anything.
Maybe he uploaded them out of order.
Really regretting buying this house with how many crazy things have been happening. Found another secret door or hollow wall underneath the backdrop of my desk. All right, let's go back in to the secret room.
This isn't even the same.
Turn the light and let's take a look. Oh my gosh, it's open again. Let's crawl through.
Excuse me.
Whoa, this is different in here. What the?
You made a mistake. Oh, I thought he was losing me there for a second. He reeled me right back on in. What? You made a mistake.
This thing might be cooler.
I love a TikTok ad in the middle of this. Okay, wait. So it's just, I'm gonna have to believe that this is comedy. I have to believe for my own sanity that, oh, he's been doing this for a while. Oh, got it. So this wasn't the first round of these. All right, let's watch this last one.
New house has a window I couldn't find from the inside. New house has a window I couldn't find from the inside. Everything going on and people telling me my house is haunted, I'm thinking about calling a priest and having a full circumcision done. I really wasn't scared until I noticed this on the mirror. Oh, take a look through here. It's crazy that they even put a room behind a bureau. First the spur code, then the mirror, and look at what else I found. The key is in plain sight. What in God's green could that even mean? All right, you guys remember we found behind this shelf?
The window in a secret house.
And that's the little house that we're gonna explore today. I'll be honest, that's some serious, scary type shucks. But we're gonna go see if we can't break through the window. It makes the most sense to go at nightfall. So I'm gonna wait. The situations remind me that I'm not afraid of most type things, but some things are types of afraids.
Okay. I am obsessed with this dude. That is absolutely hilarious. Wow. So the comment that I was tagged in earlier today said, Loey, like, hey, good ARG, you gotta hop on this. And the guy had liked it. So I immediately went into this knowing it wasn't real. Man, TikTok wouldn't know a good ARG if it smacked them in the face. If y'all got, and not y'all, not like you guys, if TikTok got Ash vlogs today, oh, the police would be called. Someone would be swatted. Nobody understands ARGs anymore. You don't see true art. I know it. This is very funny though. This is like Ghost Adventures levels of comedy. I genuinely enjoyed that experience so much. For a second there, he was kind of losing me because it was so repetitive, but I got right back. This is absolutely hilarious. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting some bad acting, not purposefully bad acting. I was expecting some bad acting and a creepy little story. This is fantastic. And the fact that he's still going, even with people like saying like, this is fake. I thought it was real. And like, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I honestly don't have much to say except that I will be keeping up with this and it's absolutely hilarious. And I'm so thankful. This is why I like filming this type of video live, or why I've wanted to, rather, because this is so much more fun with you guys. I definitely, like, there are words in my brain that will forever be changed. I'm never going to read bureau correctly for the rest of my life. It will always be bureau. People can't have fun on the internet at all, is the problem. People can't have fun with ARGs because they can't have fun at all. Yeah, I forgot in the last video he said he was going to call out a priest to do a circumcision. Wow, what a great find. That was fantastic. I honestly I want to keep the good vibes going. We can end off with Ashley because these are going to be some long stories. This is a pretty dark, pretty serious situation. Let's get our other two lighthearted ones out of the way. We'll do this one right before Ashley. So this...
Ethel, I know you...
Okay. Ethel the Ghost. You know her. You love her. You guys have been tagging me in this guy's videos for months now, and I have not talked about Ethel at all. Mostly because to me, it's so obviously not real. And I think that, like, if you have me saying that going into it, it's very obviously not real. Because I believe a lot, you know? And it's not that I don't think it's fun. Like, I'm not against people, like, pulling a ghost hoax. I'm not against an ARG. I'm not against the type of series. Whatever they're doing for this is very effective as well, because, like, as you'll see, there's, like, some crazy stuff that happens in this video because of Ethel the Ghost. But because it's kind of something that you guys have been tagging me in for so long, I decided to finally watch one, maybe two of the videos if we feel like we need additional context. I'm sure you all know about Ethel the Ghost. This is one of those viral paranormal things that's come out of TikTok in the last year, but I haven't touched it, so I thought I would finally talk about it.
Ethel, I know we have beef, but I seriously need...
Yeah, and he fights with the ghost, and the entire thing is, like, recorded on a camera, like a Ring camera.
Ethel, I know we have beef, but I seriously need your help right now. Please. Oh my god. Are you willing to help me? I am one squat away from a shark, I swear. I'm just a little bit. My little arms can't freaking reach. Okay, yes.
See?
Yes.
She, like, pulls it out.
I'll put on Love Island for you. I will do whatever you want. Just a little bit for me. This is really creepy, and I don't like looking. Yes. All right, any day now, I'm gonna start! Okay, I'm sorry. You're the baddest bombshell, ghost, banshee bitch to walk these walls. Yes.
She's like, okay, fine, I guess.
A little more. Okay. All right, let go. I don't want to touch you. You gross me out a little bit. Are you away from the string? Yes. I am going to... You get to watch every season of Love Island. Thank you.
Here's the thing for me. And again, I have zero issue with Ethel or this guy or, like, the series. I think it is so fun. I think it's so funny. I don't even think it's pretending to be all that real. Like, I don't think that they are, like, out here, like, saying, no, guys, we ghost hunted and Ethel's definitely real. Or if they are, I've definitely missed it. But to me, I'm like, what is the difference between Ethel and what we just watched that everyone is so up in arms about? Like, people got so mad recently about Morgan Lambert's series where she was moving the tree around and stuff. And if you truly believe that a tree is stalking someone, I don't know what to tell you. Like, do people just genuinely believe this over other stuff? Is it that people watch this and think it's real? I find a very interesting, strange double standard for hoaxes. I guess we'll call it that online, because I think that the concept of alternate reality games and stuff like that is kind of gone. Like, someone, as I say that, someone just said, I Am Sophie is back. Yeah, I know. Also, that KFC one was really cool. I don't know if you guys watched that. This isn't sponsored, but I did a sponsorship. That was very fun. When they reached out to me about that, I was like, immediately yes. If you didn't see that video, KFC just did a campaign where they hid a QR code in like Maddie Matheson's tattoos, and it led you to a secret website. It was very fun. But it just, sorry, I just smacked you guys. I guess that I just don't understand the difference. Like, why is the last guy not funny as he continues to be funny? Like, why do people not get in on the joke? But then you see things like this, like Ethel, and she goes so viral. And these videos go viral all the time. And people have so much fun with this, but you have something else that's obviously so fake, and you get so mad about it. Again, not you guys, but you know what I mean? It's just weird. Oh, bye, Tovi. Love you. Good night. People don't see the art the creator is trying to create, and they want to disprove everything and call it all fake. And Dustin, I feel like you certainly have gone through that as well with like your videos. Like, it's so strange to me because everything on TikTok is fake. Most of it is fake. You're watching the TikTok shop videos, and it's sandwiched between that and like some fake story and some AI video and then a fake paranormal story. Like, have fun with something. Okay, the world is like too serious and too weird, and TikTok is just like such a strange place right now. It's really been very odd to watch because I feel like it's been great for the scary side of TikTok in terms of there are a lot of ARGs, there are a lot of stories like Ethel ongoing. Oh my god. It's happening, guys. The Bureau. I just don't understand what difference is, I guess. I think part of it is this guy being conventionally attractive. Well, that could also be part of it. And his girlfriend is gorgeous. And like Ethel is a girl's girl in all of these videos. What's another one? Like there's one, I haven't seen most of them. The ghost is a girl's girl.
You are not going to Vegas!
You know what? She said it.
You are not going.
Jeez, oh my god.
You are not going to Vegas!
Okay, you either Matilda or you have a little weird thing going on.
You either Matilda.
Honey, stop.
How is that not funny? It's like you don't trust me. I don't understand. I've never given you a reason to.
Is that your wedding ring? That you're not wearing?
Ready? Picture this. A girlies' weekend. You and the ghosts get to watch all the episodes of Housewives of Mormon Lives or whatever the hell.
You know what? Hell yeah.
And Ethel, I know you were alive during the Prohibition, all right? But you would have eaten up bottle service in Vegas. The clubs. She would have loved it. Okay.
Is Ethel like ripping one in the background? What was that noise?
Can't judge.
Okay, you're bringing her with you then.
No, we're not doing that again. No, because you remember what happened last time? Toby got all freaked out when we went to Bahamas, and he put the deposit on the Vegas hotel.
Oh! So it's already paid for. You weren't asking. Ethel's telling on you, ratting on you. Well, I hope you booked her a ticket.
No.
Yes, right next to you. Show us the window seat.
No.
And you're gonna go. She's gonna go to the day club, the nightclub, bottle service. She's gonna do it all with you.
Hell yeah.
I'm not bringing her.
I'm breaking out the Ouija board.
Hell yeah.
All about it.
And she's gonna say I was an angel. All right. And she doesn't have TSA pre-check, so it doesn't matter.
So I think that's why people like it. Is like it's a conventionally attractive couple, and you know, like Ethel is a girl's girl, and it's entertaining and it's funny. And I think that yes, there are most people who do just take it at fully face value and think Ethel is a real ghost, and then I think there are people like me who just, you know, get some entertainment out of it. Yo, talking about rage baiting, I love this girl.
This is the rarest Labubu in the world.
She's so funny.
I am the only one with it. They aren't released yet. They've actually come and sponsored my pet. As you can see,
Her.
this one is leopard print, just like my pet. No one else in the world has one yet, only me, because they haven't been released. We believe it's going to be one of the special ones that everyone goes mad for and could be worth an absolute fortune. It will be the mystery Labubu. I just can't believe that they've come to me and they wanted to make a Labubu version of my pet.
She's so funny. When she did I just bought the world's first exclusive invisible Labubu, and she's not holding up anything. That is one of the I don't know what she says actually. That is one of the funniest videos. Is it this one?
I am the owner of the one and only invisible Labubu. Now, so far, I've had many accusations that my invisible Labubu is fake. Now, I'm convinced that the people that tell me that my Labubus are fake are just poor. And they just say that to make themselves feel better about themselves. Anyway, so today I am going to test the invisible Labubu on camera again for you all. And what I'm going to do is I am going to pour a glass of water over the invisible Labubu and then make it appear and see if it's wet. So let's have a go. Anyway, let's have a see if my invisible Labubu is wet. As you can see, my Labubu is absolutely soaking. Absolutely saturated. And that's because it's real. I've just poured a glass of water over it, meanwhile it was invisible. If that was the case, how would it be wet? If I didn't pour the glass of water over the invisible Labubu, how would it be wet?
How would it be wet? Like it's not clocking to you that she's standing on Labu business. I genuinely think I'm so funny, but I'm not as funny as like very many people we've seen tonight. Holy cow. Tonight ended up being, oh my God, does she have a died dog? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, he is so rare. I'm literally gonna start crying. He's so cute. Labu dog. Oh my God, he's perfect. He's literally perfect. I love him so much. People get so mad about people dying their dogs. Like, bro, it's dog safe die. The dog's fine. Okay. That's so cute. That was so cute. Okay, but TLDR, I find these videos very funny. I often watch them. The only reason I haven't talked about them in a scary side of TikTok is because I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of like paranormal stories that I tell that I know are fake. Like, or that I know are stories. That's more what I mean, is that there's a storyline behind it, whatever. These are just like security camera videos, which I do love, but they're these like kind of disconnected events with this ghost that I know is not real. So that's why I haven't talked about it. Maybe that's not a very good reason, but I do find them very interesting. I think the videos are good. I think it's also obvious that like they do certainly take some work, whether they're doing that with strings or whatever. And I think that it's creative, and I think that Ethel being a girl's girl ghost is very fun. But I stand by it. I don't understand why it's okay when they do it, you know? So, I mean, I do, but I don't. Anyway. All right. So then this one is not necessarily funny, but it's not super dark. I've been tagged in this poster's account. Her name is Cassie Wetzel 3, and she posted one video of this doll. And it just chaos simply ensued. We're actually gonna watch a couple more of them. Oh, is it still? No, it's not.
Go into the bathroom.
Sorry.
Go into the bathroom, and there's Philip giving me side eye.
Philip.
What up, Philip? Just go into the bathroom, baby.
Girl, why is he looking at us?
sometimes you just look a little scary.
Diva, sometimes. Sometimes. Okay.
Sometimes I just
Oh, sometimes. Ugh. He's haunted supposedly, but not with me. Story goes that as he was being made, his eyes came to life during a lightning strike by a graveyard, as the lady who made it says. She was waiting for her friend who was visiting a grave. Bought it on eBay for $80. He's made of stuffed paper mache. I always thought he was cute, but my kids hated him. Okay, so he was bought as a haunted doll. Interesting.
sometimes I just look.
Oh.
I'm seriously the cutest.
Jeepers. Okay, and then this was the other video I was going to show you guys.
Hi, Folsom and every.
Okay.
Hi, Folsom and everybody else. Philip's not moving. It just seems like he is, 'cause his eyes follow you. Good morning, Philip.
His eyes do follow you. I'm a little concerned that that Cassie bought Philip as a haunted doll.
So, I'm out of the shower.
Wait, what is this? He looks like naked Elmo. That is a crazy statement, but he does look like furless Elmo. I actually kind of get that.
So, I'm out of the shower. Get ready to comb out my hair. Still have a towel on my head. There I am.
Hi, Diva.
And can't help but see Philip staring at me, as usual. He's not that frightening. He looks pretty normal this way, but when you look at him from the side, it's like his eye is following me.
That's literally how Morty looks at me when I'm like 5 minutes late on his dinner. Like, this is Morty degrees of like side eye. I wish he was over here so I could compare them. I actually think they have a couple of things in common.
But it's not. I think.
Girl, no. I just saw his eyes move. I swear to God.
I think. Hey, baby.
I swear to God I just saw his eyes move.
But it's not. I think.
I swear to you his eyes just moved a tiny bit. Am I crazy, or did they move a little bit, or was it just the camera moving really fast?
Hey, baby. But it's not. I think. Hey, baby. I'm gonna comb my hair out. I'm going to bed. Anyway, Philip says hi. He will see you all in the morning.
Bye.
Well, at least me.
Thank you, Philip, for an incredible thumbnail shot. I really appreciate that, actually.
Sweet dreams.
Oh, God. That is nuts. That thing is haunted. Are you joking me? I can't tell if his eyes actually moved in that video or not. A lot of you guys in chat are saying that yes. He absolutely moved his eyeballs. Okay, chat is saying that yes, he moved his eyes. I'm not being crazy. It literally looks like they moved a little. That is the most haunted doll of all time. You know when people comment on TikTok videos and they're like, I claim no negative energy. I claim no Philip. No Philip whatsoever I claim from this video. Sorry, Phil. You've just been filled in. Okay. We have two more rabbit holes to go down, and they're both kind of long. I want to preface, I think it would be better to do the darker one first. This is real. This is not paranormal. The rest of these have been, you know, paranormal mostly, or at least perceived that way. There is a situation going on TikTok that has gone obscenely viral from this poster, Married to a Lunatic.
This update just...
This video went so viral, 3.6 million views, and it has not been up for very long. And you certainly will see why, but it's a very real event. Nobody is hurt in it or anything like that. But it does involve a man being a freak and trying to buy bunk beds for 36 children. So,
this update,
that's all I know. I kind of skimmed it to make sure it didn't go to too dark of a place. So I don't think it goes too far. But, oh wait, this is the update. Sorry. I think it's this one was the first one. Yeah.
This furniture store just got the weirdest.
My God, my computer just started howling.
This furniture store just got the weirdest, if not scariest, request any of them have ever heard. So a salesman was working when this guy came in and asked for a triple bunk bed, where instead of 2, it's 3 beds all together. Talking to the guy, and he's like, I don't want twin size mattresses. I need like full size mattresses because I need to have like at least 3 kids fit on per mattress. And he was like, okay, that's something we would have to like order. For something like this, instead of twin size mattresses, he needed full mattresses. So enough to where 3 kids in each level. So 9 kids could sleep in this bed setup. Thinking, okay, this is a lot of kids. All right, and this is like a man old enough to be like a grandfather. He's like, okay, we can ship it if you need it. He's like, okay, good, because I need to order 4 of those beds and 12 mattresses. He was already getting a weird feeling from this guy. This made it even creepier, and he was like, okay, he got this man's information and took the order down. So they got his name and address. So then these people at this furniture store become top tier detectives, and they start researching this guy because they're like, that is the weirdest request to order that many. And it's not for like an Airbnb or like a camp. It's for this man's personal address. Lo and behold, he is an offender. He's a registered level 2, which I think is moderate risk offender. His victims that he's been caught with previously were teenagers. So then they look up his address, and it gets even weirder. There are bars against the windows, literally bars stopping you from being able to get to the front door. So if you get out of the front door, you're still stuck because there's bars stopping you from leaving out of the front door. The back of the house is honestly the creepiest. Back of the residence is not only fenced in, but has an extra several feet of covering so that you cannot peek over and like easily look into the backyard. And then when
I would normally be like, you know, bars maybe are like for safety if you're in a big city. Like I've certainly seen bars on windows before. It's not that uncommon. But in this guy's case, I mean, I'm just so glad that these furniture salesmen people, I think it was one guy in particular who sort of followed his gut. I'm just so thankful he did instead of kind of ignoring that. So often I think we'll ignore our instincts. Maybe not on stuff like this, but I think this is a good example of like, if you think something is wrong, it's better to be wrong and to know that you were wrong as opposed to just going along with it. So I don't know what happens from here, but
and like easily look into the backyard. And then whenever you zoom in, I don't know if this is super clear, but you can literally see the back of the house has the same bars completely blocking you from the back door. So like people can't get in, but people trying to get out are also locked in with another layer of bars straight across, just like the front of the house. Everyone at this furniture store is now terrified. So one of the salesmen drives to the house and sees not only are there bars everywhere, the back of the yard does in fact have that extra protection of like, so you can't see into the backyard. It is fenced, and there's surveillance cameras everywhere that wasn't present in the Google image of the residence. This man is ordering 4 of the triple-decker beds, 12 mattresses that can fit up to 36 children. So the employees at this furniture store are basically doing God's work at this point because they have now contacted the police about this man, all of the beds, his specific questions of asking how many kids could fit on each mattress, and ordering multiples of these while wanting it all delivered to a house that looks like it's a prison. So the question is, what does he need this for? Furniture store employee who is giving us like all of these horrific details and updating us is on TikTok, so I will tag his handle below. If you know anyone in or around this area in Texas, please send this to them.
Okay, well, I will make sure to have the original poster's name down below whenever in both the VOD and then obviously when I make this into the full edited down video. But I will have his original handle below. But I think we'll stick with this lady's coverage. Oh my God, there's a hair in my mouth. Okay. This is crazy. So I think it goes from that one
This update just
to... Which one was
How
this?
do you know when you... This, if you're not following the
20.
furniture store,
Okay,
dude.
so this one.
If you're not following the furniture store, dude, you need to, because things are about to get real. If you're not following the furniture store, dude, you need to, because things are about to get really insane. I'm talking about the same furniture store guy who just got a predator taken off the streets. If you don't know who I'm talking about the furniture store hero in Fort Worth, Texas, who is possibly a hero for people across the United States. Because in Fort Worth, Texas, he works at a furniture store. Guy comes in, starts talking to a saleswoman. She gets very creeped out by him and hands him over to a salesman, who then proceeds to find out he not only wants a triple bunk bed, he doesn't want twin mattresses. He needs at least 3 kids to fit on each mattress. So he needs full-size triple bunk beds, then proceeds to tell him he needs 4 of those and 12 mattresses. They get the creeps from this guy so much so that they then look him up and find out he's on the offenders list. He is a level 2 offender. Not only should he not be allowed around kids, they also have his address. This man, being a hero without a cape, goes to this guy's house. The guy wanting 12 mattresses to fit 36 children, his house is completely barred off, or even if you're able to make it out of the house, you have these bars that are literally from the cement all the way up to the roof of the house.
Okay, it seems like this is a lot of the same information. I'm going to keep watching just in case there's some sort of update. She may have just been saying like, hey, this guy was like the original poster, like maybe after her video blew up. You know what I mean?
House. The backyard is the exact same. Not only is it completely fenced around, he even has this added layer of privacy like a few feet above that. The back you cannot get into. All windows are barred and the doors front and back are completely barred. So you can't even get to the doors. There's bars in the way. And if you're in the house trying to get out, you can't unless you can get past these bars. What he has even found since then is that this man on the offenders list is living with someone else in the house who is on the same list. You need to follow him. He is about to give us the most crazy story about what he uncovered simply seeing that
way. He was living with another offender. Oh my God, what a freak. What a creep. And he wanted all of those bunk beds. This is literally one of the most terrifying things I've ever heard in my entire life. Thank God this guy trusted his instincts there. Because, oh my God.
something wasn't right with this person, and then doing the bare minimum of checking into this person. Called the authorities have arrested him, and the stuff that is coming out now is absolutely insane. Mark my words, this is going to make headlines. This furniture store employee should be getting an award.
Wow. Okay, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I wish Hannah had been here for this part, but apparently Hannah talked about this in the video recently, in her most recent video, and she apparently said he's totally allowed to live with other registered offenders. That is insane. I would assume that that's illegal, that y'all are not allowed to like link up for the good of the world.
This update
I think that it'll be this one, and
how do you know when you've pissed?
Then this one.
Update.
Okay.
This update just...
And this is also why I'm like, when I do these, they definitely should be edited down, because I spend so much time just making the videos full screen. And I know for my VOD watchers, I love you Pookies, and I love my live watchers. But, you know, anyway. Okay, so this was an update a little bit later in the month.
This update just became a lot scarier than I thought I would be giving you guys today. I posted this video yesterday warning basically all of Texas, but specifically Fort Worth, Texas, about this man, Emery Garner, who walked into a furniture store in Fort Worth and asked to get prices for triple bunk beds. He wanted big enough mattresses, so bigger than twin mattresses, because he needed 3 kids to fit on each mattress. So triple bunk beds with full mattresses, and he wanted 4 of those beds to fit 36 children. The people at this furniture store have gotten his name, like his driver's license with his location, his full name. They look him up to come to find out he's an offender. He is not allowed to be by children. So why is he wanting to have these beds sent to his house that would have the capacity to hold 36 children? Where are these children coming?
I apologize. In her previous video, she'd been kind of soft-spoken, so I turned the volume up so loud for you guys, and I just realized how loud it is.
from? Who are bringing these children? So many questions arose. The man who posted this, I was telling everyone to follow because he was giving updates. People don't realize I was also talking to this person one-on-one, hearing the crazy stuff he's found out about this man. And maybe my mistake was being naive. This man has bars all the way around the back of his house and around the front. So I watched this and I am legitimately in fear for children's lives. Come to find out, it's not just Emery, the one offender. There's also a second offender who lives there. Has a criminal record with over 30 charges on it. That video blows up, and rightfully so, because what I was picturing could be like worst case scenario, everyone else is picturing too, because there's nothing about this that doesn't seem completely creepy. What started happening last night is even creepier. First, good news. The man, Emery, wanting beds to house over 30 kids, has been arrested, is what we've been told by authorities. Not me. The man who is sharing all of this, the man who investigated this man, the man who called police, the man who went to the house to see if things looked off. We found out that 2 offenders are at this house. One is arrested. We don't know what the charges are. More stuff starts to come out about both of these men. And last night, within a 30-minute window, I am inundated with all kinds of messages about people trying to get me to take this video down. Starting with this one, I'm only going to show this guy's because I really feel like this guy just might be an idiot. But again, I could be naive, but he's telling me that the bunk bed video is fake, and since you just want to get famous, I bet you're not going to remove the video. To which I'm like, wait, really? Because videos from the neighbors who have been complaining about this man and this house, seeing children coming in and out, knowing that at least one person living there is an offender, they have called the authorities, but no one has ever been arrested over it. Like, wait, am I making up that video? No, this is the video from the neighbor in the neighborhood with the house that has like all the bars on the front and the back, and if you are able to get out the doors, you then are still completely trapped because there's bars all the way up to the top of the house. This is the man. This is Emery. He shows up to his neighbor's house, middle of the night. His pants are undone. He is holding them, and then is like having like the weirdest conversation with this person, wanting them to come to the door. And she's like, no, we've ran this man off. We've told him we know what he's been found guilty of. We want him nowhere near our property. But then more people start messaging me. Once I start like asking this guy questions to see if he can back up the fact that he's saying the entire thing is fake and that I'm a terrible person if I don't take the video down, he just stops responding. I'm hit with things like I'm ruining Emery's life. Pretty sure Emery ruined his own life and whatever children he's come in contact with.
Defending a literal predator is maybe one of the craziest things I've ever heard of in my life, but here we are in the good year of our Lord and Savior 2025, and there are people who would rather defend the offender, the predator, the terrible human being who's done terrible shit. And you'd rather do that than be like, hey, what?
Then I get hit with this message, which really almost worked because I was very confused at first. All 3 of the girls in your video are my nieces. Their innocent faces don't need to be he's come in contact with. Then I get hit with this message, which really almost worked because I was very confused at first. All 3 of the girls in your video are my nieces. Their innocent faces don't need to be associated with this man. Oh crap. Did I mess up? Because I realized that this person is talking about the triple bunk bed image I just used as a reference because I had never heard of a triple bunk bed before, so I figured other people hadn't either. The faces though, you can't see them clearly. I even zoomed in as far as I could. The only people who are gonna know who these children are the people who not only know these children, but know these children modeled for this triple bunk bed photo shoot. On the bottom probably has the most visible face, but my body is completely blocking it. You guys tell me, did I completely mess up? But then I got another message basically saying, I have the wrong person. Again, I think it had something to do with like ruining a life, but that I better take the video down now. So from now on, this is what I'm going to show what the triple bunk bed looks like. He didn't want twin, he wanted full-size mattresses so 3 kids could lay on each one. And we know this story is real because David, the furniture store hero who literally got an offender off the streets who was trying to find beds to house children in his home, shared the footage from the furniture store, including detectives coming in after he contacted them with what he had found out. The harassment, to me, is just confirmation that everything we are worried about, especially with news that the neighbors have seen kids being brought into this house. So there's definitely other adults who are complicit in what is happening here, which is even more terrifying. People.
That is terrifying. I think that whoever said that about the nieces was definitely a troll as well. That's just crazy. Why are there so many people defending this? Why are there so many people defending this? Are they the same people saying that, like, the fact that the Epstein list won't come out is just fine? Like, what are we talking about here?
Dig into this, the more they find that it sounds like these men are connected. One for sure has a trust fund. There's a video of him talking to his neighbor. He's referencing his trust fund. So there's money, personal money, and we think maybe they're getting money elsewhere. It's a complete nightmare. Now getting threats, I'm like, yeah, there's definitely people supporting this man or probably hoping he won't get in trouble so that they won't get in trouble for what he knows about them. At this point, we just need help. If anyone knows creators like Tizzy ENT, please reach out to him about this story. He is someone who has a huge platform and literally hunts down criminals to help them face the justice they deserve. Because the people living in this neighborhood have been calling the cops on this house for years. They have been turning a blind eye, like, where is the fire marshal? David is only one man. I'm not even in Texas, so all I can do is share this story with you guys and hope this gets in the right hands. Please, everyone, tag Tizzy. I feel like
this is just so deeply disturbing. There is another update, but I think it's more of her talking about messages that she got. I kind of like was skimming through it, and the first one was like it basically was the same guy that we just saw the message from, and he was saying that she was defaming somebody. You know, people will just defend the most horrendous things imaginable with their whole chest, and it is just like one of the most disturbing things in the world to me. To just back this kind of stuff up, or to like accuse someone else of being the problem. Anyway, I have to hope a lot of those people are trolls, but that had gone really viral. I knew it was a real story. I knew it was going to be dark, but holy hell. If you have a feeling, you have to trust your gut, dude. I don't think that we're usually wrong, especially us ladies, I will be honest with you, but for guys too, for anybody, for any human being, I think you just have to trust your instincts, because like we can like tell when something is off. And if he hadn't said anything, those two men in that house would have had access to beds that would have held 36 kids. I'm going to have to let that one go, because otherwise I'm just going to talk about how terrible human beings are and how scary that is. So we're going to finish off the night with some good old-fashioned ashleeinc. I just did a scary TikTok stories video and didn't include a single ashleeinc video. It was very strange for me. I haven't known what my girl Ashley has been up to. So there's 2 videos about the faceless people of California. And then Men in Black took him and he came back different. These were all ones that I wanted to watch. Rosie! Hello! Thank you so much for the 10 gifties. I can't believe I haven't had to pee. It's been like 2.5 hours. As I say that, I'm like, should I just go? I feel like I don't need to, though. I've drank so much liquid. I drank this entire tea. I drank even more of this. I drank water. Rosie, did that glitch or did you send 2? Thank you, Rosie. That's so nice. That's so sweet. I hope you're well. I'm glad you're here. Congratulations, all of our new members. Check out the members only tab. There's lots of cool stuff over there for you. Don't want you to miss out. All right, well, let's start on the scary faceless people of California. And if I have to go pee, I'll go pee. But thank you, Rosie. I really appreciate that. It's really nice to see you. We just finished on, we were just talking about something kind of dark. That was a very nice way to snap out of it. It's been a pretty funny night, though, for the most part. We've just been giggling. I don't know how much you've been here for. No, and I would go pee, but I don't have to. That's the problem. There's no
Y'all heard
need.
about the faceless people?
I have to pee all the time, too. So it's actually kind of crazy there's not a need.
Y'all heard about the faceless people in California?
Okay. Hi, Moose. You coming? Oh, this one isn't super, super long. Okay. So this is the Ashley video about the faceless people of California that she's been getting emails about.
Y'all heard about the faceless people in California? Because since starting Spooky Scary Storytime, I've gotten a ton of email submissions about this subject, and it creeps me out so bad because I have no idea what's going on. But every time I read one of these emails, it says almost the exact same thing, and it's all almost the same area, which is like Southern California. I would love to hear your theories. I'm going to tell you one of these stories. This came from a woman named Sharon. That's a fake name. She said she's from a small town called Barstow between Las Vegas and Los Angeles in the Mojave Desert. And she said in this town, there's a bridge called the First Street Bridge. It's recently been replaced by a more structurally sound one, but when this story takes place, the bridge hadn't been replaced yet, so it's the older one. On one side of this bridge, on the riverside, there's a supposedly haunted building known as the Harvey House. I'm not sure about this. If anyone knows, I'm not sure if this is related to this story, but she thought it was important enough to point it out. She said the bridge is shaped like an S, and her parents lived on one side of it, and then city limits were on the other side, so she had to cross the bridge in order to get anywhere important. Said this story happened like 10 years ago. So she was 21 at the time, and she was living with her parents. And one night at 2 in the morning, she decided she wanted to go to McDonald's. So she drives across the bridge. She gets her food. She's on the way back, dead center of the bridge, when she sees this man. And he's walking in the same direction that she's driving. And he catches her eye because he's wearing all red, like red beanie, red hoodie, red pants, red shoes. As her car approaches him from behind, he just stops walking, and he's staring straight ahead of himself. She said she couldn't really get a good look at him because the bridge was only lit in certain parts, but she just got an extremely bad feeling as she passed him, so she kept driving. She just had this like pit in her gut. She had the feeling that if she didn't stop, he was going to jump off the bridge or do something terrible or attack her from behind. But she said she had no idea why she had this feeling, so she drives a little further, and then she decides she's going to turn around and go check this guy out. As she's turning around, she realizes he stopped walking again. It was the same thing. He just stopped and he was staring dead ahead, but again, she can't really see him. So she finally turns around. She's coming back the other way, and as she's passing him, he just stops dead in his tracks and he looks at her. He turns to face her as she's creeping by slowly, and she said she was never so scared in her life because he had no face. She said, Ashley, I swear I've never felt fear the way that I felt when he looked at me. So she speeds by him. She has to turn around again, though, obviously, to go home. She had to go all the way back to the other side of the bridge, and she turns around, she's coming back, and she slows down again because she's like, I just want to make sure I saw what I saw. She slows down to get another look at him, and he turns and slowly faces her again, and she said he had no face. It was the same as before.
That is so scary, because you guys know most of the time whenever we watch horror videos where there's somebody in the middle of the road, I'm always like, hey, I'm pretty sure that's a real person. It looks like a real person. It reacts like a real person, whatever. But like, she circles multiple times. That's also so scary. She's so brave. I would not have done that. The first time that I went back around and I was like, this man has no face. That would be that for me, personally. But I guess other people are built different.
When she realized she wasn't seeing things, she hits the gas.
Sorry, my headphones have such a delay. That's usually why I'm rewinding, by the way.
It was the same as before. When she realized she wasn't seeing things, she hits the gas and she speeds all the way home. She said, to this day, I have no idea what I witnessed. I swear I'm not making this up. I know what I saw. And I think the creepiest thing about this is the other stories I've gotten about the faceless people in California are very similar, not about the outfit, about him wearing all red, but about the way that he stops and slowly looks. Other people have described it as like his face rendering. Like when you're playing a video game and you scroll across a character and their face takes a second to register, like that. You know, if you're from that area, if you've heard of this, if you have any theories of what's going on, if you want to hear the other faceless people stories I've gotten, because like I said, there's a lot of them.
Okay, so she immediately posts a follow-up. Well, not immediately, but it is immediate for us because she posts another spooky, scary story time about the faceless people of California.
You want more lore about the
Okay.
You want more lore about the faceless people in California, so let's do another story. This comes from Moreno Valley, which is about an hour and 40 minutes southwest of where the first story took place in Barstow. This story was sent by a person named Eli, who says back in 2010 he saw a faceless woman walking down the road toward his car at about 3 in the morning. He was driving down a dark, long stretch of road when he saw a figure walking toward him in the middle of the road, so he stopped his car and he put the flashers on because his figure wasn't moving, and when she got closer he realized she was wearing a blue denim jacket, a red hoodie, and blue jeans, and she had no face. Now, one thing I want to point out is everyone was asking, like, what do you mean no face? All of these descriptions in these stories that I've gotten about faceless people describe them the same way, which is, it's not that they have no face in the sense that there's like nothing or like a vortex or just empty space. It's glossed over skin where their features should be. Of course, Eli thinks he's seeing things, so as she gets closer, she stops, she puts her hands in her pockets, and she's just staring, or what should be staring, straight ahead toward his car. He hit the gas, he sped around her, and as he passed her, he looked closer to make sure he wasn't just seeing things, but sure enough, she didn't have a face. He said the best way I can describe it is just very pale skin with a soft yellow-white glow. He said hearing the first story opened up a lot of memories for him, and he wanted to share his story because he thinks that the Air Force Base is involved. He's heard stories about it being haunted. Obviously not from the area, but if you know anything about this, let me know. And I'm actually considering making a map because, like I said in the first video, there have been so many stories that I've gotten about faceless people, and they're almost all in the same area, although this morning I did receive one from Northern California and another from Canada. But the sightings do seem concentrated to Central and Southern California. So let me know what you think of this. If you think you've seen faceless people, or if you know anything about them, let me know what you think. And at the very least, send me the location of where you think you saw them. I think I'm going to make a map.
She is the bravest person alive, I fear. I lived in Moreno Valley. Absolutely is haunted. My boyfriend and I saw a faceless man in Moreno Valley off of Sunnymead Boulevard. Sunnymead? I'm gonna start that over. I don't know. If I'm butchering this, I'm sorry. My boyfriend and I saw a faceless man in Moreno Valley off of Sunnymead Boulevard. I gasped and said very loudly, "Oh my God, what's wrong with his face?" The guy turns to look at us, and I was embarrassed because I thought I might have hurt his feelings and drove away. If he has no face, Diva, I love this guy so much. He's so funny.
What's wrong with you, though? What's wrong with you, though? Like, why are you like this?
I don't know.
What happened?
He's so funny. Some of my recommended is always crazy, and then some of it is like so funny. I've seen one at 2 to 3 in the morning. My friend told me not to look at it. It had only skin, no eyes, no nose, no mouth, nothing but skin. Phoenix, Arizona in 2018. I'm from that area, and there's a ton of bad car accidents that happen, many fatal. This happened to me in Moreno Valley as well. Around 3 a.m., I was coming back from Utah. Ooh, wow. It's creepy. That's so interesting. I was so...
Area 51 video did so well.
I was so curious about the faceless people of California. I've never seen one. Hope I never do. But what? You guys, we're literally at the tail end of the stream. I know it's late, but I am begging you, please just listen to the mods. They have been telling you guys the entire stream to just take a gander at those rules, and I've said them a whole bunch of times. And they are there because there are kids in our community, because there are people who are not adults in our community, and because giving out your address in general, whether you're young or in your, I don't know, late adulthood, whether you're 72, it's just dangerous to put out stuff like ages and locations and stuff like that. Like, people can do things with it that... Why is Grammarly turned on? Why do I have Grammarly downloaded? I literally tried it one time and it was so bad, and it genuinely did not know what it was talking about with formatting, and I could have sworn I deleted it. Is it a virus? That's so weird. It hasn't been there the whole time. Anyway, so yeah, she has one more story that I wanted to listen to about Men in Black.
Since the mermaid,
apparently. I swear to you, I did not notice Grammarly open that entire time. Leave me alone. Okay.
Since the mermaids at area...
Haunted Grammarly. It's so scary because it's so bad. It's so buggy. I literally downloaded it to help me with formatting for something because I had like screwed up a bunch of like, what, it doesn't matter, a bunch of punctuation stuff, and it like just lied. It was just wrong. Anyway, whatever. We're gonna watch this one on Men in Black. I'm very excited. Some of her most popular videos are the ones about Area 51 or MK Ultra or like kind of like those sorts of things. So I'm excited to watch this.
Since the mermaids at Area 51 video did so well and you guys love government conspiracies, let's do another story related to government cover-ups. This story came from someone named Kate, and she says that last summer her neighbor in Idaho was taken by men in black, and he came back, but he came back different. Kate says she lives in Wallace, Idaho, which she described as a small town tucked in the mountains. It's the kind of place where everybody knows everybody. There's not a whole lot going on. 3 years ago, Kate moves into a new house in Wallace, and she immediately meets the neighbor, Mark, because he's always outside and he's working on his truck. He's a retired miner. He lives alone. He doesn't speak a lot, but he's pleasant enough. Anytime she goes out to get the mail, he waves at her, for instance. She doesn't know a whole lot about him. He's friendly enough, but sometimes she does notice that he just stares off in the distance, but she's just like, okay, like he's just reminiscing on his life. One day,
I left the volume low. I was like, why is this so quiet? I could barely hear her. Okay.
Since the mermaids at Area 51 video did so well and you guys love government conspiracies, let's do another story related to government cover-ups. This story came from someone named Kate, and she says that last summer her neighbor in Idaho was taken by men in black, and he came back, but he came back different. Kate says she lives in Wallace, Idaho, which she described as a small town tucked in the mountains. It's the kind of place where everybody knows everybody. There's not a whole lot going on. 3 years ago, Kate moves into a new house in Wallace, and she immediately meets the neighbor, Mark, because he's always outside and he's working on his truck. He's a retired miner. He lives alone. He doesn't speak a lot, but he's pleasant enough. Anytime she goes out to get the mail, he waves at her, for instance. She doesn't know a whole lot about him. He's friendly enough, but sometimes she does notice that he just stares off in the distance, but she's just like, okay, like he's just reminiscing on his life. One day she has some friends over. Her husband and their friends are all out back drinking. They come around on the driveway, and Mark's outside working on his truck. So they're like, hey, do you want a drink? Takes one from them, and then they start talking. And the only thing she knows about him to bring him in the conversation is that he was an old miner. So she's like, can you tell us any stories about the mine? And all he says is that there's things in the mines that they don't want you to know about. And everyone's immediately intrigued, and they're like, what kind of things? And he's like, things more valuable than gold, things they shouldn't dig up, but nobody listens. And they're like, what things? And he's like, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. After that, he says, thanks for the drink, I'm gonna go inside. Because the only other thing that sticks out in her mind as strange is the fact that Mark kept a notebook filled with odd sketches and mathematical equations, and they didn't realize this at first. But her husband comes in one day, I guess they shared a driveway, and he was outside. He finds this notebook, and it's open in the middle of the driveway, and he thinks it fell out of Mark's truck or he left it out there by accident. So he picks it up, he starts flipping through it, and nothing in it makes sense to him. As he's looking at it, Mark comes out of his garage and he runs over and he's like, that's mine. And the husband's like, oh, what is this? He's thinking maybe it's related to the truck or something. And Mark's just like, those are maps. If they come looking for me, don't let them get me. I guess he says it in a way to her husband that could be interpreted as like kind of funny or kind of sarcastic, but he doesn't know how to take it. He's just like, okay, man, here's your notebook back. A couple months later, in the middle of the night in August, she said they were woken up in their bedroom window by like bright lights. And so they go to the window to see what's going on. And there's 7 unmarked black SUVs parked outside of Mark's house. She said immediately she knew these were government vehicles. Like that's just how they look. And she said their headlights did not reflect the way that normal headlights do. I'm not exactly sure what she means by that, but she also said they were completely silent. So her and her husband are at the window and they're kind of watching, being nosy. And her husband's like, oh, I think he's getting raided. And then they see all these men come out in black suits with Mark, and he gets in the back of one of these SUVs and they drive off. He did say he wasn't restrained or in handcuffs or anything like that. He seemed to go willingly. After 3 days, she gets home from work and she sees that Mark is outside as usual working on his truck, like he's back. She kind of wants to know what's going on, so she goes up to him. She's like, hey, Mark, are you okay? And she said his eyes.
Can you imagine your neighbor when you're talking to them just randomly saying, hey, these are maps. If they get me, don't let him have them. Like, especially relatively, I mean, I don't know how new he was at this time, but man, that is eerie.
Usual working on his truck, like he's back. She kind of wants to know what's going on, so she goes up to him. She's like, hey, Mark, are you okay? And she said his eyes were off. Like, they did not blink completely. He seemed to stare too long at her, and he was like, yeah, I'm good. After that, she said he stopped working on his truck. She never saw him outside anymore. She said she noticed he stopped drinking coffee on his porch, which he had done every single day that she had lived there. And then whenever she saw him in the street, he didn't wave at her anymore. He just kind of stared right through her. Oh, no. One day she notices all these packages are just piling up on his porch. Like he hasn't been outside. She gets a little bit concerned. So she goes over there and she knocks on the door, just wanting to make sure he's okay, right? Because he lives alone. He answers the door. She says, Mark, you have all these packages. Like, I just wanted to come over and make sure you're okay. And he just stares at her for what seemed like a long time. And he says, I'm fine. And she says, well, I noticed like you've been different since, you know, I saw you leave and then you came back. Like, is everything okay? What happened? And he said, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. 2 nights later, they wake up in the middle of the night to the same bright lights lighting up their room. So they go to the window and the same black SUVs are back. This time they can see the men in black standing on the porch. After they knock, Mark lets them in, and after a few minutes, they all come out. Mark gets in the back of one of the SUVs and they drive off again. The craziest thing is she said that they have not seen him since. His house is still there. It's not for sale. There doesn't seem to be any signs of life. No lights on. His truck is still parked in the driveway. So she starts talking to neighbors about it, obviously. And there's this other lady that's kind of a know-it-all that lives on the street, and she asks her, and she's like, you know, it's the weirdest thing. I thought I saw him at the grocery store, so I tapped him and I was like, hey, Mark, and he just stared at me like he had no idea who I was. This lady tells her that this man says, I'm not Mark. This lady's like, I know everyone in town, like, why would he lie to me? Like, I know it was him, but for some reason he didn't want to be recognized. So there's some...
What? Like, could this guy have been taken by law enforcement maybe for something else? I don't know, but then to pretend you're not yourself, is this like a mental health thing? No, this is so weird.
For some reason he didn't want to be recognized. So there's some rumor in her town, so if you're from there, I would love to know if you've heard about him. She says some people in the town say that he wasn't just a retired miner, that he collected old artifacts.
Good night, Dustin. Sending love. Chat got a little nutty here at the end, so I wasn't looking too much, but sending you a lot of love. Thanks for hanging out with us. You've been here like the whole stream. Hope you get some sleep. It's late for you, I know.
Collected old artifacts. Other people claim to have seen him at the old Crescent mine at night carrying a metal box with blinking lights. Other people say that he was part of some secret government project. Kate ended her email by saying, I don't really know what to make of this. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but this seems too weird to ignore, and we're all just kind of holding our breath waiting for whatever comes next.
Yeah, chat was mentioning Until Dawn. It totally is giving like Until Dawn with the mines, right?
Tucked in the mountains.
That is really eerie. I don't doubt that the government knows things. Like Area 51, like whatever direction you want to go in. But that is so creepy. I wonder if he came back different, because that was kind of the title, like Area 51. I'm stuck on Area 51 now. That was the title, is Men in Black took him and he came back different. But yeah, he said like, you wouldn't even believe me. So like, what was he talking about with the mines? It's not like someone in chat said witness protection program, but like obviously it wouldn't be that, because like he's coming back to where he lived. Like people would know him. That is so weird. What is the explanation for that? Or what is an explanation for that? Aside from being involved in some sort of crime or something like that? I don't know. But chat's getting crazy. I do not know what is going on right now. You guys are making the mods' lives very difficult this evening. So perhaps that is not most of you, obviously. Most of you are perfect baby angels. But I think that's my cue to go. It is getting kind of late. Overall, though, this was super fun. Like I said, I really wanted to do this format like live with you guys, and I wanted to watch these videos with you and kind of go down these rabbit holes. And it was really fun. I kind of like that we started and stopped with stories. It felt like a good warm up. Man, I was not expecting to laugh my booty off tonight, but some of these were so funny. The J Style guy who has the new window we can't find, Burio, the most incredible thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Burio. I'm already obsessed. I will be following that. I know we got really dark there for a minute as well. So yeah, but the faceless people, yeah, it was good. It was a good assortment tonight though. So thank you guys for hanging. I had a great time. I don't know when this will be out as a video. It's gonna be a lot of editing. This ended up being like 2.5 hours of the content portion alone. So yeah. But I love you guys. I definitely have a new video coming this week. Oh, one of the things I'm doing is I'm going to see Weapons this week. I'm so excited to let you guys know what I think. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my haunting stories. Yeah, the house is getting circumcised, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the haunting stories. Hopefully you enjoyed all the tiki-takis. Tonight was a good one. Thank you very much to the mods for their wonderful service tonight. In the face of whatever the hell was going on in chat during the last like half hour. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate all of you for watching. I will let you guys know how Weapons is as well. But I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. What am I going to do with the rest of my night? Probably go eat food. It's so late. Who helps circumcising their house? And then I guess that's going to be it. I'm going to go chill. Gonna go eat some bread, maybe. Actually, I have a whole loaf of bread. Sounds really good right now. Like a baguette. Y'all mess with a baguette? Anyway. Love you all. Oh my god, we're at 11 viewers. That's so cute. Okay, this is definitely my time to end. All right, love you guys. Mwah!